tinfoil hat. Oh, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Yeah, I'm going to be in Austin this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, even though this comes out next week, but I'll be there in Austin. Brian Callen is shooting his special, dude. So I'm shooting it. Me and my girlfriend are producing it, so we're very excited.
We are. I just started. I don't know if you heard that. 3, 2. You told me to hit record. I did.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
we're
how he wants
starting.
to
We're
do
just
it.
starting in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, that's how he wants to do it. That's how Yeah. they do it in the pros.
This is how the pros do it,
This is our
Johnny.
new format, I guess. Huh?
Oh,
This is
hi,
our
didn't
new
see you come in.
format. We're in it.
I like that.
Oh, hello. You
No
joining
more
us.
gay, no more setups. Just get to the good shit.
I would start every podcast in the middle of the conversation. Once it gets good, don't then turn it on, and then we'll.
Our news, it doesn't even need to be good. We're just gonna, we're just gonna start.
Be good. Let's face it.
All right, excited. We got Kurt Metzger. You know, you moved to Austin. That's great. We got a guy who wants to come on, William Ramsey. We're very excited to talk to him. He's going to basically say that the comedy scene, the serial killer in Austin, is from the comedy scene.
Dude, I already. First of all, it's Tony Hinchcliffe, number one. I'm just the ending. Dave Lucas said that. It still makes me laugh. He just blurred that. He goes, "You think it's Tony leaving them in the river, them gay guys?" I don't think it is Tony.
I am open-minded to it.
But I'm very open. I'm very open to the possibility, and I let Tony know, and the public. Yeah, no, it's a real comedy scene down here now, man, with a serial killer on the loose. And of course, he's from the fucking comedy scene. I'll tell you why. I have never seen. This is the highest per capita of homeless open micers that I've ever seen. Okay, and I live in the goddamn Kill Tony bucket of East. So the neighborhood I live in, East Third. And it's like it looks like kind of like a gentrified Bushwick era Bushwick if you've ever been in New York. But the thing is, there's a soup kitchen, which my girl picked this neighborhood, and I didn't know there's a soup kitchen like 2 blocks behind me. So some fucking Baptist church owns it. So here's the scam: some guy started the kitchen who probably God told him to, so that was a real thing at some point. Got bought by this church. Clearly, the move is to get all the hobos over here because this was historic housing. A lot of Mexicans. You ever hear of Brown Flight? Because I never did. I never heard of it until I made it up myself, I thought. But you put all these white methed up fucking hobos here, and then all the Mexicans that have lived here forever, they're going to sell and move out, and then you can do something with this neighborhood. So this is going to be an enforced, because there's no way somebody has a soup kitchen going on there where there's all these businesses and someone's doing that out of the goodness of their heart. That's not a chance in hell. What rich property owners do is they put NIMBY, not in my backyard. There's no like YIMBY. Yes, in my backyard.
My backyard. I love that.
So they NIMBY the shit over here. It lowers the property value. Sometimes you do it with a big fire in Lahaina. Okay, that was to run the natives out. You
Bro, don't even get me started in LA right now. There's already
it's very Lahaina-like, isn't it?
Very Lahaina-like.
Almost
the
like
mayor
yeah.
conveniently is out of town. The water is turned off. They cut the budget for the fire. The mayor's out of town. I mean,
yeah.
I think the governor was out of Hawaii when the Lahaina fires went down.
Yeah.
It's like really weird. And I don't know.
You see Goodfellas? Where the restaurant, and and then when there's no money left or whatever, they come in with the balloons full of flammables.
Yeah. Mick Betancourt calls that Greek lightning.
That's what they used to call it, Greek lightning. Yes, when diners would burn down.
Yeah, a little Greek lightning happened. Yeah. And it's just kind of crazy because, again, Dylan from Conspiracy Social Club, his brother is a firefighter out here, and they went to fight fire, and there was no water.
Very Lahaina, isn't it?
I mean, you know what I heard on the radio today? They said that if you're going to use tap water, make sure you boil it because the water you're getting sent to you isn't filtered at all.
Of course. Hey, good work voting Democrat, dipshits.
Yeah.
Good fucking work.
I mean, dude,
I bet you'll do it. I bet they'll do it again.
Yeah,
So Hawaii still voted Democrat after what happened to them. They still voted Democrat.
Yeah, it's so
they
crazy.
tried to recall Gavin, and that recall didn't work. Don't you remember the recall?
I think it was fixed because shit. My girlfriend was telling me people in the lines were like, "Hey, everyone!" Like people thought it was weird at the time, and I don't have this thing of like the sanctity of elections. Or how could you say that it wasn't? Are you joking? Is everyone fucking joking?
Right.
How do you think the elections work? It's rigged at the dude. Before you even get to the main show, it's been fucking rigged, morons. Your vote don't count. You know how I know? Because the president doesn't have the top secretest clearance. So that means, because he's only there 48 years, right? So they're not going to let him in on all the deep secrets of the deep state. So your vote means shit because the president ain't clued in on everything. So it don't matter, even if your vote did count for president, it wasn't set up. The president here has to win to pass the graft. So you gotta win by enough points to get past the inevitable cheating that's definitely going to happen. So you saw that in Virginia, right, where they were going to put illegals on voting rolls, and that Virginia governor's like, "Hey, illegals can't vote," and it'd be like, "You're a racist." It was insane what I was looking at.
Yeah. I think they rig it when the guy they want or the woman they want isn't winning, but when it's obvious that the guy they want is going to win, then they just let it go. They're like, "Okay, we don't have to do anything on this one."
You still, at the end of the day, it's not that there's no choice. Okay, you still get some choice because you're in the arena. So there's not like one evil group doing all the shit like that. Okay, they're competing because these are capitalists. Don't forget that. And they're like dinosaur people, so they believe in evolution hardcore and eugenics. Eugenics came out of America first. Okay, with some Nazis.
Bill Gates' dad was a eugenics.
What? No. Mr. Gates Sr., you tell me the guy that raised that beautiful man, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Boy, imagine how the pride as a eugenicist he must feel looking into his son's mottled complexion and his fucking Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
That's so funny.
That's so funny, dude. We got to get rid of the useless people and only have the highest, best people. And then he looks at his son.
Little
who
troll
looks like the
walking around.
pregnant emoji, you know, and you're like, "Oh God, oh God."
As soon as these fuckers talk about their charity, you take whatever their charity they tell you they're doing, and you can inverse that, and that's the level of awful. So Jimmy Savile's a classic example. You know, his victims are from ages small children to old and dead, like all he did whatever. And he did so many fun runs for cancer. Like he's always doing charity because in his fucking mind, he's balancing out the other shit he did.
Yeah.
And here's a big secret that I don't know why people don't get this yet, but it's in all these people's religion, the old religion. It's not about being a Satanist, it's about being a Luciferian. That's subtle. That's being balanced. So you're above it all. The duality. That's for me and you. Like, okay, they're the Vince McMahon, and you're the Tony Hinchcliffe who loves wrestling, right?
Right.
And you know all about wrestling and the wrestlers, and you approach your life that way when you think of politics or whatever, the same way. Like, well, Hulk Hogan, I love Hulk Hogan. Don't, you know, all that kind of shit?
Yeah, 100%.
A bunch of people, that's their permission to be hypnotized. You know, they say you can't be hypnotized if you don't want to be, and some people dispute that. I think it's a little different than what both are saying. No, they're going to get your consent to hypnotize you. And you see it every time you start to talk about anything true. And if someone goes, like DeRosa last night, his friend who knows a lot about this shit, by the way. And so DeRosa's like, "Oh, don't tell, you're going to ruin Indiana Jones for me." "Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry." "Oh, here, does this help?"
I love you, Metzger.
It's all the
I love
movies.
you so much.
It's not just one. If you just had your kids go to an audition, you traffic your kids. Fuckface.
Yeah.
What are you even worried about this? What you think something untoward might have related to George Lucas? Shut the fuck. It's the whole thing, assholes. All your shitty music you like and all your stupid fucking movies you like. They're all part of it. So relax.
And it is crazy
I'm
that
sorry.
these super smart people just don't want to know what's going on. They just
I know why,
enjoy
'cause
the pro wrestling.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's why they were so mad when Vince McMahon broke a little bit of kayfabe to explain, like, yeah, they're real athletes. Like, they're being heinously injured and they're not going to get any help or the proper pay. Don't worry. But we write the outcome, so that way we know it's a good, like that was a big deal because like you revealed who killed JFK. It's like releasing the JFK file for wrestling that he did that.
Well, he also made it so that they wouldn't get drug tested because once it becomes an athletic event,
Of course, he had a great reason.
Yeah. I'm with you.
He was a great leader.
It was interesting because Nikki Glazer knocked it out of the park on the Golden Globes. I thought she was great.
Wait, what? I don't know anything about this. What? The Golden Globes just happened?
The Golden Globes happened, and Nikki Glazer was a host. And after Joe Coy didn't have the greatest set, they brought in Nikki Glazer, and she just absolutely knocked it out of the park. And she's like kind of this kind of Blade day walk-in person where she can go like do the roast and annihilate and say the most insane shit, and then she can go do this super progressive rich kid event and crush that as well. And she was great.
In the next minute, she's writing a very sensitive song about Bob Saget, who I think she didn't know.
Anyways, by the way,
very MK of you.
I just want to say this is like I'm not about plastic surgery, but whatever Nikki Glazer did worked that night on those lips.
On those what?
Man, she showed up with some DSLs, and I was like, damn, Nikki Glazer. What are you, a Vivid girl? You remember when that meant something? Being a Vivid girl was like the playmates of the porn stars. You're like, yeah, these ones get racked, and you could watch, but they're playmate hot. She came in with that, dog. And she had this bit, and she was crushing in the room, and it was really funny. She had some really great stuff, and I'm a fan of Nikki Glazer's, but she had this bit about a sex offender or like freak offs and sex predators, and she goes, it's a bunch of guys. Well, it could be some girls, but it's like 100% men, right? And I go, it's not 100% men.
Wait, Nikki Glazer said that as not a joke,
and this is the pro Nikki Glazer show. But Nikki Glazer said that
that's 100% men. What?
That only the males are predators and then the women aren't predators, and you're like,
did she not meet Tig Notaro? Did she not meet that pig? Did she not meet like half these people? What are you talking about? That's actually like, see, she's smart. The thing you said is true. She can kill it in two things like that. Okay, how the fuck do you shapeshift to be able to do that? Because I can't do that. To say something that's stupid, as someone who also likes Nikki, and I'm pro Nikki. So that's why I don't want her saying stupid things like that. But I can't stop a lot of my friends from saying stupid things. And that's really stupid. In this day and age, for you to fucking, she's probably be like, oh, Kamala was really qualified. Dude, we're way past MK Ultra Monarch. We're an MK retard now. It's mass rollout. Okay? So you've seen it. No one can remember shit from more than a month ago, if that. You think that's normal? No, it isn't. I should have noticed that it was going on when bronies were a thing. Remember bronies?
Yeah.
Guys that are ostensibly not gay. Well, a lot of them are turning out to be gay, but mainly spurgy fucking incels. I even hate that phrase. And all of a sudden they go nuts for this fucking show that my girlfriend pointed out. It's so girly, so you're deprived of contact with females that you should have as an adult male, right?
Okay.
So now, and that's on purpose.
What is the show, by the way, so XG can
My
check
Little
it
Pony.
out?
Remember those guys who would like,
Friendship is Magic. You don't know about it?
Yeah.
The bronies was a huge, and if you never heard of it, good. You shouldn't. I shouldn't know about it, but it was in all the media. There's these guys called bronies, and they love My Little Pony.
Oh yeah. And they're all creepy.
And
they're like furry adjacent, kind of.
It's also that there's this like guy that was like super into the Powerpuff Girls. Like it was his world, and you're like, why do you know about Powerpuff Girls?
Because
like
the autism that I was talking to Rogan, like he thinks it's just greed. Like I understand what he's thinking. Like, oh, they're just greedy for money. They're not intentionally mutating people into gender blobs. But he's wrong. I'm right. They're doing it on purpose. It's not.
Yeah, I agree with that part of depopulation.
I was telling Michael Malice, like, you could use this as his slogan. It's not incompetence, it's malice. It's it's just him. Like, it's absolutely malicious and controlled. So he doesn't subscribe that there's anybody at the top of anything, but it's not like it's a pyramid structure, dude, like any pyramid scheme. So there's a layer of people that think they know what's going on and they're in charge of the other people, and they don't know. And there's a layer above them. And it's just Scientology or Freemasonry, all the mystery school shit from Egypt, right? Where you don't get to know what the belief is until you're in too deep. That's an old school thing called a mystery school, and they've never stopped doing it. J.J. Abrams' mystery box. We ever see J.J. Abrams talk about the mystery box?
Absolutely.
His story, yeah.
With Lost,
his
right?
method. Sorry, I'm sorry. You cut out, man.
No, with Lost. I mean, that was he originated that with Lost, right? I think.
So, and yeah, before people knew the end was going to suck, he was giving TED Talks about how great the mystery, just like Xenu in he's like Scientology in a way, his storytelling method. And then you find out it's Xenu and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? That's so it's a mystery box at the magic shop and it's 25 cents and it could be something really good or it could be crap. You don't know. But either way, a Jew made money. That's not what he said. I'm paraphrasing. Come on. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do think it's intentional. I don't know if Joe believes that or not. I know what
he might just not be telling me because Joe's pretty sly, dude.
Well, it's also that Joe, I think, is smart enough to understand the size of what he does and what his opinions are. So I think, like, especially when it comes to his show, I've always thought that Joe was really great at getting other people to say crazy shit. And then he could be like, no, dude, that's nuts. But now it's out into the ether and everybody's talking about it. Right. So like,
he's not even, Joe's doing jiu-jitsu. This is why he's good at, especially like when people, it's not even debate because he's not debating. And this is how I think you should be talking to people. Is like, I'm not debating. If you got better info than me, I want to hear it. And then if I'm wrong, I'll go, thanks for telling me how you should do. I totally
agree.
But no, what are you programmed to do? You're programmed to always root for the Yankees or whatever your dumb team is. Because team sports are kind of mind control. And that's why people are that's your foundational training. Being a fucking retard is that. But jiu-jitsu
it's also, Kurt, that we're also mammals. And we like to run in packs. And we're used to having a leader. And it's very unnatural for us not to have a leader. It's since the beginning of time.
We've
had an
alpha. Have a leader. That's fine. I'd love to have a leader. What I want is to never be lied to, and I don't want.
That's the whole purpose of the show. That's the whole purpose of the show is to be like, I just don't like getting lied to. I don't like getting lied to. You're lying to me. I know you're lying to me, and I'm just gonna call you out on your bullshit because I caught you lying.
Dude, once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and everyone knows this deep down, whether they knows words or not, and that's why people will stop you while you tell them things. Because they know, God forbid, they got to hear the truth.
You're right, bro.
Or they're going to be able to
don't want to hear it. Because then they got to think. They have to think.
You don't got to do nothing, by the way. You don't got to go start a march or a soup kitchen or some shit. You could literally just not be a fucking cow. You can't do that much.
You're the best,
you can't just not be a fucking cow.
Today.
So wait up, you think a lot of people you think a lot of people got out of the Matrix during COVID and then just jumped right back into it? Because they just jumped right back into it.
Dude, remember we were hanging out at George Perez's house and his buddy that got out of the joint, the Samoan guy, but he's kind of like raised Mexican.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but that guy is more informed than any of my New York comedy friends.
Because he was in the shoe for like 10 years and he read every book available.
So that guy's got a high IQ, and if you're locked down, there ain't nothing to do but look into shit, is there? There's nothing else to do. Unless you're like a half an animal and then you're going to like jerk off in your cell all day. If you have a little bit of a brain, which many prisoners do, you're going to read as much as you can.
And also, you're not exposed to any of these cultural filters. No one's saying, "Oh, well, that book right there, that guy's an anti-Semite." So you might.
You're just spreading Putin propaganda.
Exactly. That's a clue. Right there is a clue. When someone says that, they're either a programmee or a programmer.
Yeah, and here's the problem with Los Angeles, and everybody with a brain, except for the people on the show, pretty much left town, and now there's nobody to call it all out.
Good.
There's nobody. So what you have is a bunch of glorified features who are great writers, conforming to the narrative that they think the gatekeepers want to hear.
Yeah, see, look at that. They give you the tools to program yourself. The end goal is that they don't got to tell you what to do. You just do it on your own. There ain't nothing lower than that to me. I'm going to anticipate your needs, my lord, and just not bring up things. And, dude, that's such a natural tendency. Like, even down here, like in the green room, you know, all the comics are like new comics. Like, if he's there and he's not talking, they won't talk. Like, I'll just start talking to them because I'm like, I know he's not telling them not to talk. That's not how he is. They're all, the whole point of coming here was to not have this bullshit, I thought. But I guess it's a real comedy scene. That's why I'm seeing this bullshit of where you're worried about who's booked on what fucking spots. You know,
I'm so with you on that one, dude.
And people that are funny that I like a lot. Now they're younger comics, but I gotta be like, could you shut the? No one gives a shit. By the way, let's say the Mothership, a club I love playing. Let's say that they were like, we don't ever want to let you play here. Then fuck them. You don't have the pride in you. Like, you don't have enough in yourself that you think that this makes or breaks you. Any club,
dude, this is the most gospel shit you'll ever hear, dude. It's like this notion that you have to do something and be in somewhere to have your dreams come true. It's just not true. It's just like, go where you're loved.
True.
Go where you're loved, man. I do that all the time. Hey, guys, real quick, I'm going to tell you about our good friends at Helix Sleep. We can't think of a better sponsor to be going into 2025 with than Helix Sleep. You spend so much of your time on your mattress. Most of your life is sleeping. You got to get the best mattress, and there's no better mattress out there than Helix Sleep. It's real simple. You go to helixsleep.com, you take their quiz, and they tell you what is the best mattress for you. As you guys know, I love the Helix Midnight Lux. It's firm, but it's perfect for me. I love it. Dana loves it. Guys, have you guys got any Helix Sleep mattresses?
There's nowhere else to make magic other than a Helix Sleep. That's the spot, dude.
Oh my God, dude. No, dude. Xavier Guerrero loves making love on a Helix Sleep mattress. It is the best time. Simple, easy, and the best part is once you pick your mattress, bang, it's mailed right to you, right, Johnny?
Absolutely. It's been, I've had one for like 5 years. Way back in Punch Drunk days, I got one and I love it. It's still going strong. Like the day we bought it or the day
I love it. You love it. We all love it. And the best part is they're bringing in the new year with a bang, and that's right, with a New Year's Eve sale. Okay, 25% off site-wide, plus 2 free pillows with a mattress purchase, plus free bedding bundle, 2 dream pillows, sheet set, mattress protector with the Luxe or Elite mattress order. And guess what? It's going, they're extending it. So again, you can get 25% off site-wide, 2 free pillows with a mattress purchase. We love Helix Sleep. We all sleep on Helix Sleep. We hope you sleep on Helix Sleep too. Go to helixsleep.com/tinfoil for your 2025 sweet New Year's Eve sale deal. Hey guys, real quick, 2025 is coming in with a bang, so you gotta be ready to get and go, and that includes preparing your food. And there's no better meal kit out there than our good friends at Home Chef. That's right. Meal kits often market themselves as easy meal prep solutions, but often disappoint with complicated, overlogged recipes that aren't worth the effort. Fortunately, Home Chef knows that struggle and delivers fresh, delicious meals that respect your time. Respect me. Respect my time. Home Chef delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Users of the leading meal kits have rated Home Chef number one in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Okay, whether you prefer meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients, quick 30-minute recipes, oven-ready options, microwave meals, or dedicated family meals, Home Chef has everything you and your family need for a hassle-free, delicious dinner. Home Chef has over 30 options a week and several varieties of dietary needs. So here's what we need you to do, guys, for a limited time, a very limited time. For a very limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life and, of course, free shipping on your next free box. Go to homechef.com/tinfoil. That's homechef.com/tinfoil for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/tinfoil. Must be an active subscriber for the free desserts, okay? Don't try to pull something on our friends at Home Chef. Thank you, Home Chef, for sponsoring this show. All right, this is the new format. I hope you guys enjoy. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in to the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studios. Go to samtripoli.gold, get the promo, get into the Wolf Pack for a little $50 a month. You can get precious metals sent straight to your house. Guys, I'm going to be in Spokane with Eddie Bravo and Xavier Guerrero, and then Batavia at the end of the month, Columbus, Ohio, Pottstown, PA, Morristown, New Jersey at the Dojo of Comedy, and then at the end of February, Phoenix, Arizona at the House of Comedy. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
Do you got any dates you want to push?
Yeah, but I don't have them yet. They'll go on my website.
Okay. Go to where can they find your dates? KurtMetzger.com.
Yeah, they actually all just came in at once, so Tommy's got to post on my thing. But I'll have them posted. Or their Instagram.
Right, perfect.
Go on my Kurt Metzger Comedy on Instagram.
Kurt Metzger, such a fucking champ, dude. Just the best of the best. I'm with you on that. Comedy's in an interesting place right now. It's I think it's the best at times, and there's also some dangerously stupid. I call it dangerously dumb out there.
Look, it's gonna be the Ronald Reagan, it's morning in America bullshit. Buckle up for that. Trump definitely should have won over Kamala. All that did is buy some time for hopefully maybe people figure out some shit. But if you notice, so for example, Tony, okay, who his show, I'm so glad his show took off here, dude. Like, it's actually like important on a bigger level that it did. And
Kill
he
Tony.
has what, yeah, Kill Tony. And he has what the Howard Stern show, I told him this, was when Shane and what's his name? I'm an idiot blanking out.
Adam Ray.
And so they're doing, and then a guy there's a lot of people with like an arm deformity down here. I don't know what's in the
Yeah, there's flipper people.
At one point, and this one guy was a really funny comic too, and he was trying to put on Shane's jacket with like a little arm while they're doing a drum roll. Okay, and I'm like, this is how when Stern was good, and it was like, this is insane. I'm watching this. It was so good. So I go, Tony, this is like what Stern used to be, right? So now, this is what I want for Tony is to not turn into Stern.
Oh, what a disappointment that guy is. What a disappointment.
But Stern took a long time. The thing where you're all in on Elon and Trump, and I'm not against anybody or Elon. I don't have like these feelings people have about billionaires. Like when they do a thing that's good, I like what they did. I don't know him. But now you're going to see the team player shit on the other side. And trust me, they're going to use that as an excuse to do the same. I'm not saying Trump specific. I'm saying the way this shit always gets in is the same. Is you go, oh, it's my team now. And you settle into your fucking football brain. And it makes you an idiot. By the way, all those games are fucking occult rituals that they're like sigil rituals to hypnotize you. And they fly a jet over your fucking head.
Yeah.
Tony said that he went to the football college game. Okay, so me and my girl are in our house here in the Kill Tony bucket neighborhood, and the whole house starts shaking. I thought we were gonna die, and she looked up and was like, "Oh, it was a B-1 bomber from the football game." So like, God damn, that felt like I was in Iraq, not at a football game.
No, dude, I was there. I've been to like Dodger games where they had stealth bombers come over, and I go, if I'm a villager, this is an extraterrestrial. This is like something I don't even understand, and it's demoralizing beyond.
Why are they showing you that? Oh, because shock and awe is for you, motherfucker. That's who shock and awe. It's a high magic ritual, and your attention is focused on. So the baseball diamond, that Freemason fucking symbol, first played in Egypt with the pyramids as bases. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, and do you know how much it costs to fly that plane across there?
Yeah. And these jerk offs. And so anyway, I'm walking on Mothership, and Tony, he goes, yeah, I was at the game today. This is the same day. And he goes, 15 picture. He's like 15-yard line. The team's winning. B-1 bombers start flying overhead. I was like, we're gonna be all right. I'm quoting him. We're gonna be all right, okay? Dude, ask Tony too. As soon as he said that, I go to my girlfriend. Now you see what I was explaining about mind control? This is exactly what I'm talking about. That's a ritual. Dude, he illustrated the point beautifully. And he's like, oh, and dude, Tony's smart. But look, not to focus on him, it's a lot of people who I like a lot. And I think he's a world-class fucking joke writer. When I used to do roast battles, and I'd be like, hey, you got any kind of, I could always text him and he would have killer shit. So dude's fucking talent. He's already good enough.
He is great.
Yeah, so he don't need to. All these people don't think they're good enough without the outside, validation.
Well, did you watch Mark Zuckerberg? He switched teams fast. That was the craziest
I don't buy any of
I've
that.
ever seen.
Dude, so last night, as a matter of fact, I'm talking to Joe about that. I'm like, wait, because, that H-1B thing, Elon did try to fucking sell everybody's ass out, whether he walked it back on Twitter, but we'll see what happens. Steve Bannon is correct about H-1B, not Elon, not Vivek, that prick. But
yeah, that dude is. This is the beauty, and I'll let you finish your thought. Is it's all coming out in the wash? Everything, It's all coming out in the wash.
A tree by its fruit. That Bible thing's right. So he's been doing jujitsu with like Rogan and them, Zuckerberg.
Really?
I go, so you're telling me he's not a robot lizard man? He's an actual. He goes, yeah, no, he's really autistic. Probably never been exposed to any form of masculinity at all. Okay, because upper class tech shit is like. They're making big head gray. Those Greta Thunberg aliens they're making. That's what this is. What do you think those gray head things are? Those are your fucking kids with their taints that shrank like the coral reefs. Their reefs are the reefs are back though. The taints ain't coming back.
No, I'm totally down with that. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I'm going to say, because now they're talking about how Facebook has basically been taken away from them, and there's just a board of outsiders who are running everything. So. We'll see if it actually I mean, again, it's done incredible damage to my career.
You know about the Stanford marshmallow experiment?
No, please
tell me. They took the
the
kids and they were like, they used to show it on like news magazine channels all the time, and they give them a little dish of marshmallows and they go, now if you don't eat those, you can have more something later. I don't know, marshmallows, who the fuck knows? The little kids, right?
Yeah.
So and it's very cute watching the kids
they think about it.
Yeah, it's actually adorable, right? So at the time when I saw this is all the only way I'm looking at it. So some of them, they're like, ooh, and they take one. Some of them would just not do it. And they said the ones that could delay gratification longer usually had higher IQs and they had better outcomes in life. Okay. Well, first of all, the kid who scored highest was Susan Wojcicki from YouTube. Do you know that?
No way.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. She, in compliance and obedient. See, it wasn't a test to see how smart you are. It's a test to see how obedient you are.
Yes, everything is data.
So, or you'll hear Jordan Peterson, or I have heard him talk about like women in agreeableness. He kept calling it agreeableness.
Yeah.
I mean, what you mean? I can't wait to see him there because I want to ask him this. Suggestibility? That's agreeableness. That's ability to be hypnotized. Agreeableness. Because that's what it depends on.
Yeah.
And if you've been bred for that, like a Stepford wife, which is a real thing that they fucking did, and it's obvious. That's what Jackie O. Onassis Kennedy.
Well, what about Melania Trump? Even though
it's not a lab.
She's an escort. She was an escort for sure. But I mean, dude, all these chicks are they get passed around. I mean, Princess Di, there's a real discussion right now that her eldest son, who's bald, is not from Prince Charles, but actually the Rothschild that just passed. Wait, and if you look at the Rothschild,
wait. If there's a guy, not the one in LA that turned out he was pretending to be a Rothschild.
No, not the one that the black chick just annihilated.
No, Edward the Rothschild in L.A., his house burned down or something.
No. You're saying he's not a Rothschild.
And it turned out this guy, his brother's like, my brother's been missing for 40 years. This guy had been living with all this money. Nobody knew where he got it as a Rothschild in L.A. Fucking bizarre, dude. I don't even know what that
Hold on. And it turned out he wasn't a Rothschild.
He was a guy using the name and he had a bunch of money. So, I mean, maybe he was a criminal and but fucking, fucking wild.
How diabolical that has to be gone for 40 years and not call your family, which gets into some darker shit.
People have
so
done
the
it.
whole idea, right, of that there's this, what happened on 9/11. You're like, did they fly these planes into the building or were they drones? or whatever. And if
No,
it
we just
wasn't,
had the guy on. Okay.
Here's the article. Look. Here it is. It says, but was he? I guess he claimed to be.
Yeah, he
but-
was not. Wait, but the 9/11, we had this pilot on. So right after 9/11, they said we're installing this remote control technology for the plane.
yes,
So here's something real fun about it. Well, the patent for that was approved, yeah, but it had already been put in 5 years earlier by some Israeli company. And
oh my
adopted.
God, unbelievable.
Yeah, so they made it like we just got it because of that, but really we already had the remote controlling the plane technology because those guys couldn't have made those landings. I'm sure they're dead because look, if you know Gemstone, have you seen the Gemstone file from like, nobody talks about it either. It's from a 75. I'll bet
Get
you it's what
into
happened.
it.
Oh, Control Alt History, dude. You already had ex-journalist on, which
Yeah.
I watch, Dog Journalist. Control Alt History, the guy has great info from not that long ago that you would have forgotten about or you heard a fake story about. So Gemstone is all about why Jackie Kennedy married Aristotle Onassis, okay? And interesting, or for Elon Musk reasons, Howard Hughes. What's the story we heard of Howard Hughes? He went crazy in his room and wouldn't come out?
Yeah,
Nah,
pooped
that
in a jar.
motherfucker, he got kidnapped. He was kidnapped and they were shooting him up with heroin on a fucking island. And he had 4 Mormons around him. The media dubbed the Mormon Mafia. Already I know where this is going. And James Bond, Blofeld is based on Onassis. Blofeld, because Cubby Broccoli or one of those fucking people was friends with Howard Hughes. And there's a scene where he's keeping a Texas, like Daredevil millionaire captive on his island. And he's using a fake voice because Howard Hughes, the only contact, no one could find him 40 years. He's finally talks on the phone to reporters, but he wouldn't come out. So in the Bond movie, the guy's got a voice thing. Yeah,
Dude, that
And
is
so this.
dude, you just dropped a bomb on here,
Yeah.
dog.
Dude, it's
that
old.
is crazy.
Here's the crazy part. It's old. And Larry Flint in Hustler, Larry Flint, they didn't tell you that in the Larry Flint movie neither. When his girl got AIDS, okay, and all that, she probably got injected like Eazy-E because he was starting a media company. What happened?
Nothing.
I just heard my voice. So anyway, this all came out. This shit all came out. There's Reagan's Epstein, Alfred Bloomingdale. The Vicky Morgan tapes, we're gonna show her pegging Reagan, basically. I'm really
Whoa.
dude. So these are
Hold
old.
on, dude. Do
These are
not
old.
drop that and move on.
Yeah, you can't. That's
What did
Control
you
Alt
just
History.
say?
Huh?
Some chick pegged Reagan?
But this is what was supposedly on the tapes, and Larry Flint had them. Then they disappeared. Then G. Gordon Liddy and that fuckhead who killed the elephant with LSD. I want to say it's they just moved into his house. 2 CIA guys just moved in his house with him, and it's fascinating, dude. Like Larry Flint was going to start a real. He had like a good journalist magazine he started, and all went to hell because they will not allow that in this country ever.
Hold on, dude. Do not drop that and move
Hold on.
on.
What is happening here?
What did
That's
you
what
just
hearing.
say?
Yeah. I keep hearing
Yeah, sounds
stuff
like a
back.
time
Some
loop.
chick pegged Reagan?
That was supposedly on
Why
the
is that
tape.
replaying?
I don't know. That's so weird. I don't have anything a lot. It's something that somebody should be able to hear. I think because it sounds like it's coming over a microphone.
CIA, FBI, who's in on
Wait,
it?
I still hear this shit.
I still,
Yeah, me
Johnny,
too.
there's
I'm
nothing
muted,
we
so
could
it's
do.
not me.
Like Larry Flint was going to start.
You guys all mute
Oh my
yourselves and just see.
God.
Mute.
He started and all went to hell.
Okay, somebody just muted themselves. It was one of
It's
you.
XG.
Yeah.
XG.
It's
Some
on
chick
XG.
pegged Reagan?
Yeah, are you recording this? XG?
No, hey, no, what?
Hit
Wait,
your
now came
thing.
back.
Can you
Do
mute
your
yourself,
thing.
XG, really quick?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
XG.
Tim. Okay.
Log off XG and come back in.
That's so weird, though. What would that be?
But mute yourself. There we go. You bring in one fucking Mexican, and then everything goes
Control
to shit.
Alt History, dude. That channel, Control Alt History. The guy does great work. And here's the thing: all these old things, just like with UFO shit, dude. Everything's been disclosed. Everything has been disclosed. You just ain't gonna look at it. It's all out there, dude. That's the scary thing. It's not like these aren't secrets. It's very recent
wow.
history, and because it happened, Blue Sky. He's got a whole thing on the Blue Sky chick. I wanted to have him on my show. I don't know how to reach him, but if you find a way, you should. He doesn't have a lot of views either. This is fucking unbelievable. This stuff. So Gemstone came out in 1975, and it got printed here and there. No one ever talks about it. Just like you'll hear people talk about MK Ultra, but nobody talks about Monarch.
Yeah.
Even now, when they're starting to leak out that it's real, Colonel McGregor, we played on Jimmy's show. That guy, he said they were programming kids under fucking Disneyland. He says it in the ad. Jimmy couldn't believe it. I told him about it, but people are like, that can't be. No, it can be, stupid motherfucker. And you're in it now. It's done. It's done.
Well, when I went on Rogan, I told him about that compound where they said they were training school shooters. And the story just went away. Nobody said anything. And
dude.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, people don't understand. It's like everyone wants to make it about guns. It's so easy to make it about guns when it's really about this medication and then these frequencies that they're using.
Well, here's why it is about guns, because you read Tragedy and Hope, right? So no one has ever been able to conquer people without disarming them first. And so this has been the plan since the early 1900s. Woodrow Wilson, he was one of the first guys to get a handler to like push him into stupid shit. All these people.
Oh yeah, dude. There was most likely gay sex too. There was rumors that he liked it. So,
dude, once they made gay marriage and shit legal. Now, what does that leave for blackmailing? It gets bad.
Yeah,
or bad.
Have if you can be gay.
So this shows let's make gay marriage illegal again, so we can leave these kids alone.
Well, a bunch of gays and also pedivores felt the same way because Washington D.C. and the CIA it was full of gay. I mean, the Cherry Marines, that classic story, Kissinger, all these motherfuckers. It's not about being gay. Even gay's like kind of just a marketing term. It's about power and plugging into some guy's asshole like it's an electrical outlet for your iPhone. Seriously, that's what it's about. Anywhere, it's about dominance and breaking a man, buck breaking, like they say, and they pretend like it was invented by white people. I mean, maybe it was, but. They cottoned on to it real quick, didn't they?
Yeah, and it is crazy how it's like, I was watching my friend Jesse on Fire. He was doing a story about it. He's like, I don't even think P. Diddy's gay. I think this is just power. Like, he just wants to break people's spirit.
That's what he tells his sons when he makes them, when Bieber got taken down. Fucking, getting taken down. What's his name said to me? McClusker. The most Philly thing. He goes, yeah, I heard Bieber got taken down.
It's crazy, dude.
You think he's going to be coming out? There's a whole thing about him on following.
Well, he's in a bad place because, it's like, okay, do you want people to know or do you want people to know? Because everyone's going to know you got a train ran on you. Like, it's a weird thing.
He made a video about, but like, the thing is, this is a child that they're doing this to. What do you get at it? Like, all these people, do you want to be the one everybody knew, or do you want to have $1 million and just live your life? Yeah. Most people will tell you, and I've been told by people that I think went through this shit. One that we know, I don't want to say who she is because I'm still like blown away by what she told me. And she says, you should take a break from that. I'm like, no, what do you mean take a break? I don't want to go pursue Hollywood shit after I know what they are. What is wrong? What are you talking? But this is someone that got traumatized beyond belief. So if you've been exposed to that kind of pain, I'm sure just the relief of not feeling the immediate pain could lead you to go, you don't want to know too far. But no, it all has to come out. Everybody has to just be honest all the time. Is that so hard?
I mean, remember Drake Bell? He admitted to it, which was crazy. When you're watching that documentary, he admitted
to molesting someone? Oh, you mean
the molested.
It wasn't a crime on his part. He admitted to being molested. Oh, well, we'll let you off the hook this time, Drake. Because you admitted it.
No. And then he also admitted that he hit up some 17-year-olds. So I think it was like, let me tell you why.
The perpetrators are victims also. And listen, so my girl, her friend was friends with that chick he married. I don't know if they're together still. And my girl went to his house for like a wedding shower with this girl. And she said the whole inside the house looked like a Nickelodeon kids show set. I was like, that's fucking weird. This is before I even
see that so weird, dude. It is so weird. And I always go like, if guys who get into kids entertainment that don't have children weird me out.
Or if they do have children, because guess who gets attacked first? The children of the guy. It's generational incest mostly. It's more than you even get strange. It's horrible. And it's a good way to store secrets because I'm even uncomfortable talking about it now. Everybody who listens uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about it or think about it. And the shit I've heard they do is I don't want to say.
Well, you know, it's a
So
really
now
weird
I can hide
story.
secrets. What?
Is that Epstein had a very famous summer camp, and that some very famous people went there, and one of them was a female comic.
As children, Sam? As children?
Yeah, as young kids, and her name is Maria Bamford. And Maria
Oh,
Bamford,
that's right. That's one of the craziest details I've ever heard. And like,
and
you know Maria,
and
you're like,
I'm
oh
a
my
huge
God.
Maria Bamford fan. Like,
Yeah,
if
she's
you
funny as
watch
hell.
her, she's brilliant, but she obviously has some issues, which I think is why she never could get to the level that her talent so deserves. Because something
Yeah,
may or may
yeah,
not have
okay.
happened.
Oh, yeah, I wonder if something well, having met Maria and knowing she went to Epstein camp, I'm going to venture to say something happened.
Yeah.
And good, you shouldn't get to the fucking pinnacle of showbiz because some more shit's going to happen. You're not getting there, okay? Unless dude, Joe's podcast taking off. He gets invited to a lot of shit that he very wisely does not go to. Because once you start getting invited to all kind of weird, like why would banks invite me to their events? Well, that's to get you in a compromised R. Kelly.
100%.
So
I'm happy. I know people are gonna think I'm nuts. If I could sell a couple more tickets, that's really all I want. I don't want any. What?
Why is that nuts?
Well, because most people in comedy and in entertainment want to be as big as they possibly can, and I think that comes with a lot of shit that I don't like or I don't want to be a part of.
Right, but why would you be the one who's nuts for that? Well, because all these people, by the way, a bunch of them are profoundly, and some of them are very close, are good friends of mine, profoundly unhappy people. Okay,
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, I would like to have definitely more money because I do not have money like that at all. But I don't give a shit, and I would never be a fucking punk on any level. If I'm gonna be a punk, it's because I chose to be, and I probably did it stupidly, not but I ain't doing it that way where I know, and they're like, we need to break you down. You know what I mean? Like I got to be tricked at least with something better than money. You got to trick me with like superpowers or something.
Would you do it for invisibility, Kurt?
Oh, that'd be the best.
No, to fly. I think he'd do it to fly.
Oh, who do you know? We'll talk.
Did you see?
I mean, my manager Tommy to look at, and we'll get back to you.
The OpenAI guy, Sam Altman, today is facing allegations from his sister that
that's been for a while, and also you're not going to be at the top of any tech thing unless your family is one generationally fucked up. And by bloodline, dude, all bloodline really is you've been bred to dissociate. It's all it really is, dude.
You're so right, bro. You are so 100% right. They are traumatized till broken, and then they're put together in a way that the elites want them, and that they could just walk amongst us while being pure killer sex monsters.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's this idea in psychology,
method acting.
Yeah, it's that gay, like a significant portion of the people who are gay are just extreme fetishists for gay activity because they were abused. And it's one of these things that you're not really supposed to talk about.
If you think of whatever your weird shit that bones you up is, okay, it'll probably stem, so I had a heavy Bible-y childhood, and the Bible is just filled with weird, fuck stories that are and so everybody I grew up with has some even if it's just some girls calls you daddy or something. I don't mean anything crazy, but that's it's biblical because your first hints of something are coming from somewhere specific. So that's part of human nature, okay, is not good or bad. It's programmability. That's the big secret. Programmability is what human nature is, okay? So they know that, and that's the big Templar Knight fucking shit that they learned when they went, all that bullshit. So all those symbols and all having your rings on every other finger, these are all subliminal hypnotic programming scripts. All of them are that. It goes back to Egypt. They would inbreed pharaohs as a show pony, okay, and put those stupid outfits on them. Dumb hat with the cobra. It does look stupid, doesn't it? Why? Well, it's showmanship. And then these priests, okay, they tie them up with busy work. So you're the pharaoh. It's a whole society based on OCD. You got to fucking, everything's in the afterlife. It's like the Three Amigos. Then the invisible bushman, shoot your gun in the air 3 times.
Yeah.
and he has to read a book every day to prepare for when he dies, which will be soon because he's inbred as fuck. And then go on his journey to talk to the gorilla-bodied doghead men, whatever, to be allowed to drink from the fountain. Just if you read the actual Book of the Dead, it's nonsense. It's busy work. Yeah. So that's what the priests do, and the eternal battle of priest versus king plays out. Then the king's like, "Well, I'm the priest." Akhenaten's the famous one where they think he's an alien. Maybe, but if you ever seen a Habsburg, they probably just inbred him until he had an alien head. Probably.
Wouldn't doubt it.
See, they always thought the sun was number one, but there were so many little gods, it become industries. So all he was trying to do was have a more efficient government by we just have this one main god, okay? We're not gonna have a day for every little fucking god. And those priests are mad because they're making a mint off this. That's his god industrial complex of the time. Well, that's how I read his story. And he was trying, and that's what his big crime. And that's why they made the statue facing so his soul can never get out. You know, he's like, unlike other emperors, they wanted to seal. I don't even think it's mystical. I think
you can't.
I think it's for everyone to know that motherfucker tried to get rid of the military industrial complex. Huh? What?
XG, I think XG, mute yourself.
Get off. You just keep running something.
No, I haven't even touched anything.
Turn it off.
Just mute it.
Jump off.
It's your mic. Put headphones in too, maybe that would help.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to have a real talk with you, and I want to talk to the men about hair loss. Listen, if you lost your hair, it doesn't mean you can't find it again. Try Hims Hair Loss Solution, and you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of subscribers who found their hair again, okay?
Hims provides you with convenient and quality access to a range of hair loss treatments that work all from the comfort of your couch. Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Choose from personalized, chewable, oral, spray, and serum treatments to find what works best for you. The process is simple and 100% online, so there's never uncomfortable doctor visits to deal with. Answer a few questions, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you, right to your door, for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. Hims has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they can help you get your confidence back too with visibly thicker and fuller hair.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/tinfoil hat. That is HIMS.com/tinfoil hat for your personal hair loss treatment options. HIMS.com/tinfoil hat.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation and a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
And we thank Hims for sponsoring this show.
Dalai Lama, you know Dalai Lama, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Big CIA loves him. Nazis love going to Tibet.
They all love it.
Oh my God, actors love Tibet. What a font of wisdom that fucking place is. They're worse than goddamn Wakanda. You know, Wakanda, they're so great, but they determine their leader with a fight under a waterfall. Yeah. Right? That's stupid shit. Oh. It's absolutely retarded. And then so that's what Tibet is. China's right about them being scumbags, the fucking Dalai Lama and them.
They're CIA. That's CIA.
Well, but they were there for the CIA. CIA got from the Nazis when we merged with the Nazis. But so they went there because, so what do? They take a little kid from his parents, age 4, before he has the brainwave to learn reality. They trace the generations, which is DNA, to see if he's suggestible, if he can dissociate. They take it from his parents. Oh, they have toys. Like he picks the one to see if he's right. Oh, you must have the soul of the leader. So they've had the same, I guess, president for like 1,000 years. Is that their story? That's gross. They bring the kid. They repattern him. And they don't even wait till the other guy's dead. They're already lying and telling him he's the guy while the guy's still alive. They probably just make up some bullshit story. He's bilocated.
Bilocated.
Then they brainwash a child to think they're the last guy. And and it's very easy because the personality of Dalai Lama is nothing. It's horseshit. They made it up in the first place. The last guy who was the Dalai Lama was just another kid with this fake personality. It's just a role like Batman or something.
Like Yogi Berra. It's Yogi Berra is what it is. Exactly.
Yeah, and they program the child to think he's that, and he is that. And he is that. That's this right there is your MK Ultra ultimate. It's despicable. Good on China for keeping a fucking lid on that shit. So I'm so sick of these people. And they spout Buddhism at you, dude. All that shit is mind control. All of it. All the wisdom of the East and the fucking whatever. A lot of Christianity is that. It's not supposed to be. Everything's not supposed to be. But guess what? These wormy ass fucking whatever they are, the serpent race they're called, not because they're snakes or something for real. That's what they're called. I don't really understand it, but they think they're from the line of Cain or something, or it's like this line of Seth and the line of Cain. But these maniacs trace this back, and they have a mishmash of all these beliefs. I got into this fight trying to figure out what their Scientology is. Like Scientology is like a CIA cutout controller religion now.
Yeah,
probably
L. Ron Hubbard was Navy's intelligence.
Yeah, and so I always thought maybe they sidelined him and kind of took it over, but both could be true easily. All he's doing is a watered down version of what Freemasons or Rosicrucians or any of the others are doing. You get initiated. If you hear this information, you might die. So people are programmed to think if they hear the truth, they'll just like die. I mean, it's not fantastical. It's not like a comic book. The things that you see, for you to say it's nuts that you don't want to be part of that, shows you what it is. It's the whole thing. The whole fucking, is Taylor Swift an industry plant? Are you, all of the shit you like is morons? All of it. You haven't figured that out? I don't know who I'm yelling at.
Not us. We're agreeing with you. We're totally in on it. I
know who I'm
totally
talking to,
agree with
sorry.
you. And it's just like people, I just don't get it. Like, even if you get into like the COVID vaccine and you're like, hey man, this virus isn't what you think it is, and this vaccine isn't going to do anything. We're trying to help you. The amount of anger that is met is thrown at you by simply saying that the lying liars who've been busted lying all the time are lying to you again.
Yes, trauma-based mind control. It's called trauma-based. It's mass rollout. So,
and the craziest part, Kurt,
9/11 trauma. Then the control. Trauma. Forget control.
If let's say you're a Republican, and I go, the Democrats are doing this, you're like, fuck yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. But I go, and the Republicans are doing it too. They're like, how dare you? And I'm like,
Tony said that to me.
Exact same space.
Sam, Tony, dude, this is why I even brought up Tony before, because I still can't get over this thing. I'm sitting there talking to that dude Francis from Trigonometry.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that dude a lot, I have to say. Well, I was talking.
Which one is he? The guy who looks like he's from the Black Keys, or the other one?
The Black Keys one.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were talking about the H-1B thing because Elon had to walk it back on Twitter, but he was way the fuck out of line.
I love that though. That's why I love Twitter. It's like Twitter is the greatest place for ideas. You will find out real quick how your idea is going to do.
Vivek said that bullshit about America's culture. First of all, the H-1B does not bring the best and the brightest. It brings a lot of hotel cooks. And you know why they want to fill it with Indians? Besides the fact that India, fundamentally, a lot of these people think they should own slaves or be slaves. They think like that. Because there's nothing more important than success and being in the right social caste.
Because they have a caste system. Yeah, they have the caste system.
So do we. So do we. And guess what? We're going to have it more from the contribution of these fine H-1Bs. And we already did. That's what that bitch from Twitter, the one that with Jack Dorsey, they want to Rogan.
100%. They come here. They're from caste systems where it's okay to label somebody as an undesirable. Like, you cannot talk to them simply because they came from a hole.
Now, wait, don't get me wrong. I don't want to shit on them too much because we have that here in America. And when people go, are there unseen intelligences, entities we can't see all around us in another dimension? Yeah, they're called the homeless. And sometimes you interact with them. People say there's a smell sometimes. Everyone has that. Oh, everybody does the same crime.
Yeah, but the only thing
how do you label it?
I don't think this is a perfect system. I'm not defending our system, but I know people that were homeless that have pulled themselves out and live in have a wonderful life. That system is if you're born into there.
Majority. That's a majority, Sam.
Never get out of there.
Yo, right. So here's what the appeal to the old. Right, that's a great point. What you're saying. So that's why England They send the Beatles there, and that's why they love that, because the royalty there is like, how do you get these people to know their place forever? That's why we have so much wisdom to learn from India. Because people get to know. See, all governments are run on, they commit a crime and it's your fucking fault and you have to pay. Oh, it's because every sci-fi film, right? The fucking aliens come and alien narratives. Oh, we don't have too long to get our act together on Earth, the aliens said, because the pollution and your people are polluting and war. You know how bad war is. When are you guys going to stop? Oh, that's right, because I'm the guy calling for war all day. Yeah. Not the one in... I was like, why don't the aliens kidnap the fucking president if nukes are so bad? Oh, by the way, thanks for picking me up and raping me and then telling me nukes are bad. Aliens.
My favorite thing is they're stopping the nukes, but they don't care about Gaza. They're not going over there and say, like the aliens that are stopping nuclear war are not stopping genocide in Gaza.
Yeah, Sam, let's say that's real. That should tell you everything about what the aliens are if they're real. They care about nukes, but not about Gaza. So that means they don't care about us. They want our shit, and they don't want us breaking our shit before they get it. That's how I would take it if they're real. If they're not real, it's just more bullshit. Point, dude. Yeah, see, things you say like as a joke a lot of times are what it is, dude. It's really upsetting. But so these aliens, they go, oh, nuclear weapons are bad. And then, the guy who was out sawing logs in Seattle or Washington, he comes to tell it, we have a president. Why don't you go stick your thumb in his ass and mention about the nukes? Why are you doing this to some fucking farmer?
What do you think of disclosure? What's
it happened. It happened.
What's the end game there, though, with the people in this movement right now? What are they doing?
Like on TV, like a focus group. So I started out looking at UFO shit, and there's the same theme of abduction, rape, and forgetting about it, and some fucking corny ass "don't pollute" message, and the same with satanic abuse, except the story is much worse, but still includes the basics of making you forget, and also man's the bad one on the environment, and where you're supposed to feel guilty for being alive. That's someone trying to scam you out of your house or something.
Club of Rome.
So what they're doing is a focus group. Okay, imagine if God got sick of us and sold us to Walt Disney, like he's like George Lucas, and now they're as a committee trying to figure out the best ending, and they're doing little test viewings to audiences to see, is it going to be UFOs or is it Nephilims? Which one do you like better? And then that's what the shit looks like to me from somebody who worked in TV. You start to notice the play, the script. Now, who's doing that? If you want to get real wild.
Let's get real wild.
My wild theory is that it's some kind of interdimensional, like trillionaires that transitioned, but transhuman transitioned, and now they can't transition back. And the results are as bad as when people get bottom surgery. You lose something permanently, and these fuckers can't even.
Bro, that was a heavy bomb right there. Damn. So they.
I can't tell you that's their thing. I'm telling you what I think.
But what makes you think that?
Because, well, a bunch of shit. But and I kind of thought Whitley Strieber said a thing about how when he was around that yellow face one from the cover, he goes, after a while, it just feels like you're around a person who's had too much plastic surgery. I was like, really? Yeah, they're not. I don't think there's aliens like a dumb word because I don't think we know what anything is. So we don't know what a dimension is. Well, a dimension is just a direction you can move. It's not a parallel universe, and I don't think we understand perspective enough to really know, or the intraterrestrial. The labels are not important. Okay, there's only right. They say all is mind. Okay, so that means if I control your mind, I'm God for you now. So because of we're the center of everything and we're the portal, that means you can chain us together like when you play an MMO, it's called peer-to-peer network, right? Instead of a server.
PvP. You're talking about PvP?
No, that's player versus player. But to run the game, the company buys a big server that's expensive, or they do it so that your PlayStation or whatever is hooked up to another guy's PlayStation, and the processing power is contributing to creating the world that you're playing in. Okay? So I think that's what we are, some kind of peer-to-peer. So you're not just an observer, okay? You're a projector. And these people, they got their fucking, their wiener and balls, their soul got removed, okay? So now they've lost something, and they're going to try to hook onto you. And now they got to run internet scams, like Nigerian prince scams. Like, please just help me out and keep the dude. That's why I would never do that Monroe Institute shit ever, because there's no way they would put that out to the public unless they want you to try it and overlay some pattern over your fucking brain pattern. There's no way they'd do that. And everybody can do it. That's real shit. But it's an individual experience. They're trying to make everybody have the same experience when they do it. That's real fucking sinister, man. It's like I have one cord here, like I'm trying to plug in something, and this side's AI, and this is people. And I want you to both be the same thing. So I'll try to make you, the people, more like an AI, and the AI more like you. And eventually I can plug it in, and then I'll have this fake, like this fake thing that I want that I'm in control of, like a metaverse, if you will. And in the metaverse, if you're poor, you're gonna be poor. You're gonna be poor in the metaverse too. They're buying the rich people bought all the good meta land.
You're totally right.
You put on the thing, and you just have like a new lamp. That's all you can afford.
Imagine being more poor in the metaverse than you are in real life.
That's sad. Yeah.
That would be so sad. That would be so sad.
Got to share your job in the metaverse.
Yeah, all that brain chip shit that's not new. That Jose Delgado, CIA scientist, you go look him up and what he did. I can't remember what they called it, but we get the term tinfoil hat. You know where we get that one from, right? Leonard Kyle, the guy who they put that chip in his head without telling him, it started driving him nuts because of microwaves or something in his brain. He was a real smart guy. He had Kodak patents on like some Polaroid thing. He ends up in a funny farm, putting metal trash cans on his head to block out the microwaves that they were shooting in his goddamn head. Then the hospital started giving him tin foil that he'd wrap around his head. Okay, so that's what a tinfoil hat is. It's actually a thing to help the guy that the government mutilated his brain. And Michael Crichton wrote a book called Terminal Man, all about it, because he was at Harvard when they were doing this shit to this poor fucker. Oh, they stole his patents. And there's all thank you, CIA. You're the best. You're the fucking best. So now that's a joke, a tinfoil hat, a very real victim of these fucking people. I never knew until recently. Control All History. I'm telling you, that channel.
I'm there, dude. Stuff. I'm gonna start reading the shit out of that. Is it just articles or is there videos? No,
it's not articles. It's videos. The guy. You don't have to read shit. The guy, dude. It's really good stuff, and it's not because I'll look at the really crazy stuff as well. I look at everything. I look at real scholarly, like dry shit, because I need to like just combine. I need to see what's happening to see which patterns repeat, which you can see very easily if you know enough history. And people think they know history, but they don't. So think of recent history before the internet. If you go back and look at all of it, none of it holds up. And if the internet had been around, they'd have never been able to get away with it.
Hey, Kurt, what do you think about the Mandela effect? Is that real? Are they changing history? Are they not changing history?
Okay. I don't know, but Mandela effect, I thought that referred to when people do DMT and see that Mandela. Yeah. Then I found out it's because people thought Nelson Mandela was dead.
Yeah, that's exactly where it started.
Okay, so, maybe it's real, but you're going to have to allow for this possibility that you're a fucking moron that doesn't know shit about shit. Because my first thing is like, you motherfuckers can't spell, you don't read, you probably just forgot, because I knew he fucking wasn't dead the whole time. Yeah. Now, it could be, though, we are on the Berenstain Bears timeline of MCU and not the Berenstein Bear timeline that we were, I'm sure. But I don't think, but that having been said, if they have gravitics, which they have, okay, and they've had for a while, once you invent that, it means it's always existed, okay? That's time dilation. So all Star Trek, they make it like you're on the ocean in the ship, they like it's it's not like that. It's time travel automatic. You don't have to slingshot the sun. They're time traveling just by doing warp drive. Because the star's light you're seeing is how many millions of miles away? So if you could go there instantaneously, you'd now travel to the past of here. Time is all relative. Okay? So people don't think about it right. You got to think of it just as positionally. So to convert time to miles. Where do dinosaurs live? They live, 75 million miles away. Like, think of it like that, right? Even though it's years. That's what a dimension is. It's a direction, a freedom of motion in a direction. So once you understand that, then you realize, what happens if you kill your grandpa? You ever hear that? The grandfather paradox?
Yeah.
Okay, my girl actually said this because I was on a kick of going on and on about this shit. But I go, what happens if you kill your grandpa? And she goes, oh, you become immortal and without sin. That is what happens. You become a snake eating its own tail, right? And you weren't born out of a pussy. That's what sin means. You came out of a pussy. Sin is a moon god. It used to be. It was a goddess. They say it's a god, but it's not. It was a goddess. It has something to do with periods, obviously. Sinai, where Moses went, that's Moon Mountain. AI, sin is moon. AI, so that's a period thing. And the sin is, I don't know, you weren't cloned to a perfect body, I guess, and you came out of a vagina is how I take that. So, but your consciousness exists already, so it can't just go away. So that means you now have no beginning or end part. You're just a circular fucking 5-dimensional, I guess you'll call it. Yeah, and so now, but if you weren't like an infinite, this is where you hear religious people talk about this, like God's infinite and like the creations are not infinite. So where do you get your energy to not have a heat death of the universe? Because you're going to be there for it. You can go back and forth, right? You go to the beginning, you go to the end. But now that's like a cage.
Yeah.
It's a cage. There's nowhere else to go for you. And that amount of time going by, this is another thing Whitley Strieber said, these creatures he talks to said to him, he goes, well, what's the universe to you? And they put an image of a coffin in his head. Okay? And so now I didn't learn this all together. These are just random shit that reminds me of things, and then I think of it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm telling you go read Whitley Strieber or something, but I'm just telling you why I'm thinking like this. So, okay, so now let's say I'm a snake eat his own tail, and I can go back and forth in time, just like I can go around the world, like it's the ultimate riches.
Yeah.
Well, I'm stuck now, right? And if my ego is so strong that I can't imagine being annihilated, which is what they can't. I used to say, like in Jehovah's Witnesses, we didn't have hell because it's unjust to punish you forever, okay, for a temporary crime. And the ancient Israelites in the Bible didn't believe in that. That came way later. So we didn't believe in that. But what I never considered was people's egos are so fucking, a person's ego who's so strong and inverted that rather than just die like they could and annihilate, okay, they just will cling to whatever pathetic existence to just be the ugly thing they are forever. And so they could stop being like that, but it would mean annihilation of them. And they don't, because of the way an ego works, there's no other part left but that. It's going to perpetuate itself like an organism, right? Like you have an ego, but you also are like a full person. So you could maybe keep it in check. But what happens when you're gone and the rest of you isn't there to keep the ego in check? And now it's just like some weird bug floating around the ether, you know?
What if the ego is the thing that dies? Though? What if that's the part and the rest of you is?
I'm sure it does. Who cares? Look.
No, but I mean then there's no ego to remain, right? What would you choose? Would you choose annihilation?
Kurt.
If I was them,
what do you believe is creation?
I think it's a book.
What do you
Not
think?
Literally, but I think like the book of life they call it, in the Bible, you're written down in God's book of life. This is strictly my own out of my ass stuff. I'm saying
Respect. Respect.
But it's just an analogy. It's something akin to a book. Okay, so when you hear this dumb duality shit, which everybody loves to push, okay, of the yin yang, the internal, the balance, right? And these Luciferians, Lucifer's not Satan, by the way. Well, Luciferians, they believe they're above that, so that you got to do something to equal out. Do something good, now you got to do something bad, because they're about being above everything. But they're not. You're just characters in the book, motherfucker.
Satanists and Luciferians are two different things, right?
Of course. And Satan is a title, by the way. It means adversary, ha-Satan. Okay? There's also Satan in Iranian shit, which is a woman. But for this purpose, I'm just saying the one you.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going back to Zoroastrianism and stuff like that.
Oh, quite a bit. So Satan. So okay, Satan is not God's enemy. So people that are into that shit and they're like, well, God's not powerful, and all that. Like, Satan's not the enemy of God, dipshits. He's the enemy of you. You're the protagonist in the story, and there's an antagonist. You don't want the book's going to have that, and the trick is to make you think that like like the Mountain in Game of Thrones, that big fucking bad guy, is not a threat to George R. R. Martin. He's a threat to characters in the book, and when George R. R. Martin feels like he's not in the book no more, then he's not in the book. That's how it works. So all you got to do. So is God real? Well, how the fuck you know you're real, motherfucker? You're only real because God's looking at you. Just like an atom isn't there till you look at it, right? Just how, and people feel it deep down. People want to be measured or they don't exist. That's why people want to be famous. because I don't exist if I'm not being looked at like a goddamn atom. I'm not even there. It's deep in people. That's why nobody's mad we're being spied on. Remember, it came out and nobody.
Oh, that is so funny, dude.
Yeah, they didn't burn the country down. Why? Well, remember all the atheism that was taking off of the four horsemen? So they cut the God part out for you. So now you find out we're being spied on by the government and you don't believe in God. Perfect. Well, thank God there's someone watching over me.
At least someone cares.
I'm safe.
At least someone cares about me.
Yeah. When you do DMT and those things are like, look at this. Because they're not there till you're looking and they know it and they want you to look at them.
How come atheists are so annoying? Like the Sam Harris's and
he's a
pro. Even these comedians, like I'm an
alcoholic.
atheist, but they're like Zionists at the same time.
Don't even worry about the label. He's an establishment guy who makes 150 grand a day on an atheist meditation empire. Okay, so he hangs out with hedge fund guys. He goes to the parties that Joe Rogan don't go to, and so that guy is compromised. All these Marvin Minsky, the father of AI, that piece of shit. A bunch of people Rogan had on the show that are those tech guys, the robot. Those are all MIT. Minsky was the plug for Epstein to them. The nerds are the easiest ones to get and make them.
Yeah,
do
they
shit.
need the pussy. They want the pussy. They want the fucking drugs. They want an island they can go hang out at.
Mm-hmm. And they're already
Reagan got pegged.
Yeah,
but then you notice that he's got gay energy. He's got gay energy.
Who does?
Reagan.
Oh, dude, Reagan's a brainwashed mind slave himself. It's in a bunch of Kathy O'Brien's book. The other chick, Bob Hope, was a major.
All that cowboy shit he was into, dude. I think
Bob Hope was a major
programmer, handler for MK slaves. Bob Hope. He's a piece of shit. And if you watch him on shows, look at how unfunny he is, and look at the crowd laughing for some reason. That's called hypnosis. When you see it in comedy, right? The people that wiggle a lot and they're not funny, but audience left. That's called it's in Dune. The voice.
Yeah. How about the people who get accused of stuff and nothing happens to them, while other people get accused of stuff with zero evidence and something happens to them and they're excommunicated, while other people get to host roast shows on Netflix?
Who's that? Oh,
Jeffrey Ross.
Dude, okay. I thought I was like, it's not a tell. Oh yeah, no, dude. It is interesting. People went down, didn't go down. It is interesting, isn't it?
It's just so interesting.
If you got friends in high places, you weren't going to go down. And
you're
if you
connected, dude. If you're connected, you can get away. They could have fucking receipts on you, which this chick did, and nothing happens. And that's why when you bring up Bob Hope, I'm just like, oh, that seems very same energy.
Oh, that golf swing's probably part of a hypnotic script. Because who gives a shit that you did a golf swing? But everybody's waiting for the golf swing. So he's going to USO things to talk to troops. They got to go die for what, by the way, to help the New World Order.
Oh, you're so right, dude.
No,
you nailed it, dude.
It's so obvious. And so think of all the people you know that are like loyal to various things. And like, if you want to talk bad about it, it's going to probably harm your friendship to talk about it. And so I wouldn't. But if you're in a thing like that where you're like, what do you think that you're in? You're in control. You're controlled. So I'm just like, I'm not keeping nobody's secrets. And, I mean, not that I would, I can't say absolutely no case where I keep anybody's secrets, but let me in on the scam. Don't make me I have to fucking anticipate that it might harm you if anyone finds out you're a piece of shit. Like a Democrat. That's what they're supposed to do. Shut up about getting molested. Dad's sleeping. It's like adult children of alcoholics, Jimmy calls them. He's right.
No, you're right. So, real quick, we got this thing. Trump wants to take Canada. Trump wants to take Mexico, Greenland, the Gulf of Mexico. And this fits into this North American Union that the Club of Rome has been pushing for decades. Right?
Well, yeah. I got told this, but I don't know if it's true. And I'm a lot of wacky shit I start to think is true later, but I don't know yet. But somebody told me, first of all, no one's running for shit or being at the top of anything unless they've been through some kind of programming. It's proprietary. It's not just the government. So you have to understand there's corporations have their own versions of it. They go and find young kids. Remember that chick that said we're in the Matrix and killed herself, that tech lady? And she just got done with that Finding the Power Within seminar. All this boring shit, the young leaders thing that Trudeau went to. People from good families that are going to be something someday, they go to these things, and that's where they do it to them, okay? And I was told Trump got put through Jesuit programming back in the day. So Club of Rome maybe would add up with that. Now, Jesuit compared to MK Ultra, Jesuits real bad, dude. They've been a CIA longer than the CIA has, the Jesuits, and they were forged in the fight against the Protestant Freemasons, who themselves were forged in fighting against the Vatican. And so the reason these groups are the way they are is because war is a despicable thing, and it creates monsters. And so that's what they call the dialectic in commie talk, where like or antibiotics versus bacteria, or or gain of function. These groups, they come out a long time ago, and then they outlive their usefulness, but they're not going to just dissipate. They make money and they get power this way, so they just metastasize into tumors, and they're all over everything. So it's not just the CIA, and that's how these assholes justify what pieces of shit they are, because there's another monster just like them they're competing with, another fucking dinosaur creature. What I want to know is, who are the Olympian gods at the top that we're having these fucking jerk off Olympics for, right? Why do we even have the Olympics? A eugenics contest for the gods that supposedly we don't worship. So who is it? Who's like the ones that it's for their pleasure that these monsters are colliding? Don't have the answer to that. I think they get taller and whiter as you go up, though. I think based on the tall whites story from Charles Hall, which made me laugh my ass off, where he goes, yeah, the tall whites are like, they're not the Nordics. They're like albino, 7 foot, 8 foot tall. As they get older, they grow.
Reptilians.
No, they're not reptilian.
Pindar.
The tall whites, they're called. It's not a losing basketball team. That's Y-Files fucking Steve made that joke. That's his joke. But
what's his name? The Hecklefish?
Yeah. Charles Hall, the guy, when I first got into all this shit, his story you should look up about being at Dreamland. And the way he describes it is so interesting. It's not like anything I had ever heard before. But he said, like, they look at us like we're as strong as gorillas compared to them. They use us as a Philippines base just to get parts and shit, and they'll give us little trinkets to get stuff, is how he put it. They look down on us a lot. If you like touch one of their kids, they'd kill you on the spot, or touched one of them. Very tall, and I'm just like, this sounds very familiar. this thing of these whiter, taller things don't want me to work for them, but they won't. Boy, that really sounds like a story I've heard before. So I guess at the top of the pyramid, there's even whiter creatures, I guess.
So crazy.
But it's all humans. I think it's all, or they were at one point, and it's all there's a combination of like the castaway shells of the dead, but the bad, if you made the bad part of yourself, of your consciousness bigger, and that's going to stay in this vampire realm we fucking live in. And then humans that transition. Now, if you transition to a higher dimensional status, they're always bragging about that in New Age bullshit. Let's say some people did that. I think that's what you're looking at. And because, they go, oh, maybe the aliens are us from the future, or maybe they're from the past. That doesn't mean anything, past and future. It's position. So I think it's just like human or something. They probably think they're the real humans and you're not, is my guess. And Elon Musk is not the richest man, obviously. They say that.
Not even close.
I know the names of some people that Eric Hecker told me, the Antarctica whistleblower. I can't remember the guy's name. It's like Vander, some name like Vander Vlugen, Schmugen, it's that kind of shit. Yeah. They own the thing that owns the thing, and they are trillionaires, okay? You never hear about trillionaires, but they're trillionaires. But at that level, the money don't matter. The only currency is secret. Secrets are the only currency. Once you get to or if you're in the underworld, meaning the underground bases, watch Nathan Reynolds, dude. I talked to him on the phone, too. Nathan Reynolds from the Reynolds rap family. Oh, he'll tell you all kind of shit.
You brought up
about the tunnels.
Yeah, so they did that after in the 50s because nuclear war. We started digging tunnels, right? It's called continuance of government in case of a nuclear war. That's what Denver is. That's the capital. If there's a nuclear war, is underneath the airport in Denver. That's what's under there. Okay, it makes sense. And so they have the maglev trains. It's Neptunium. The shit's Neptunium. The fucking CERN collider, do you know what they get out of that? The most is metamaterials, like Neptunium, smashing atoms to try to make new materials. It has a defense budget. Everybody can focus on the fucking devil dance shit if they want, but like I said, knowing what I know about history, that's the pageant. And there's a thing they're getting out of it. And now all these other countries want to make their own CERNs. I thought it was international because they know they're not getting the fruits of that labor, which is these metamaterials. So and other stuff as well. That underground shit's real. And think of like being in an underground base with no. So Ollie North at his trial, you saw that footage where the guy brings up COG. He gets cut off by Daniel Inhofe of Hawaii, and Cheatham, that dumb bitch that ran the Secret Service where Trump almost got shot. And all the senators are bloviating, either yelling at her for not killing Trump or for trying to kill Trump. She answered one guy, and he wasn't making bad points, this Republican guy. But again, he shouts over her. I don't know if it was intentional or not. But she goes, well, because of COG, she starts to talk about whenever they start talking about it gets cut off. Continuance of government. So that's she's the bitch that took Dick Cheney in the bunker for COG reasons when 9/11 happened, where he decided to shoot down the American planes. He made the call. She's the one from COG. So COG's the thing. They have the Doomsday Network where they can communicate in case there's a war, right? We lose communication. It's called Doomsday Network. That's how they did Iran-Contra. There's all this shit you don't ever get to know about because they're using this Doomsday. So once you have that technology, which they had right in the 50s, now imagine these fucking ultra-rich frat boys, unsupervised, underground, doing whatever they want, what kind of hijinks they get up to.
Oh, yeah. It's really dark.
I bet it'd be way worse than Skankfest.
Skankfest is the normies version of a humiliation ritual, for sure.
Yeah,
it's a
shitting
freak
on the
party.
floor. Ari Shafir shooting on the floor. Is,
Ari Shafir
just
shitting on the
that's
floor,
for
trying to be
breakfast.
our Gigi Allen, while also getting Netflix specials. That's Ari's. You want to talk about daywalkers? Ari Shafir is a daywalker. He can shit on stage and get a Netflix special.
You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. He brought a piece of cardboard to shit on. It's not Gigi Allen. Gigi Allen really fucking threw it at
that,
people.
dude.
I appreciate that he was thoughtful with it.
I do too, dude. And somebody had to clean that up who just loves Legion of Skanks. It's like, I didn't sign up for this shit, literally, for this shit.
I found it offensive because he's not getting enough fiber, clearly. So anyway, watch Nathan Reynolds. Yo, your buddy that you introduced me to from the
Confessionals.
What's his name?
Tony Merkel.
Oh yeah, I got to call him still, but we were text talking. But he had Nathan on. Nathan's appearance on Tony's are great, and my friend Emma's podcast, which because I still got to talk to Jamie Kennedy. Might have been through some shit. MK too, by the way.
What?
Ooh.
Dude, don't even focus on him. Most of them. Most of these people have been, dude. Just go on.
Sean Ryan for sure. Right now that you mentioned that, Sean Ryan's a little MK Ultra.
Well, look, I ain't gonna say for sure for whatever. I'll tell you what I got told, and maybe it's true, maybe it ain't. But I was told he's 100% that. And he had that CIA bitch on who was talking about how there's ISIS here and Al Qaeda.
And I'm getting yelled at by people. Sean cares. I'm like, bro, it's in his bio.
Dude, wait. Are you telling me there's people watching this right now who think Sean Ryan is not a fucking
I mean,
moron?
I'm sure there's some people. We love them and we thank you for watching. And we
pull your head out of your
appreciate
ass, fuckheads.
Okay. But there are people. So
Out of
early
your
on,
ass.
your spider sensors start tingling and you're like, this doesn't seem right. You know,
Mine didn't tingle. Other people told me who have been through the programs, and they go, watch that one. And then once I knew what to look for, so
Sean Ryan?
Well, his guest
Or Jamie Kennedy?
No, Jamie. I love Jamie.
Jamie's friend of show. We love him.
I don't know Sean Ryan, but I know he gives you. Nathan Reynolds said it to Tony. He gives you a rosary in the gift. Everyone gets a gift. There's a rosary in there, and Nathan's like, he serves the Pope, so I can't like fuck with that. He didn't curse, but you know what I mean. Because his dad, his abuser, his grandfather was a Knight of Columbus in Lake Havasu, and that's some sinister ass shit, man. The Knights of Columbus are fucked. All of them groups are fucked.
They're all fucked.
You think they go to children's hospitals?
Any secret group where you don't know what's going on is
why do you have that?
Why
do you have that? Oh, for fraternity, I have that. It's called Friends. Why the fuck do you have a secret group?
So you can stick your dick in weird shit, and everyone agrees not to talk about it.
No. Let's say there isn't a lizard creature guiding this at the top. Why are you doing any of it? Why are you getting dressed up in a kilt with a sword and a blindfold? Why are you doing this? There's no legit reason beyond mind control.
The thing about Sean Ryan is this: he's CIA. He's having them on all these talking points just fit in to like
another
the
guy
military industrial complex. But here's the thing: he tells us that he's going into hiding. But as soon as blowback comes, he's conveniently commenting on the internet.
Well, you can. I mean, a lot of people hide and make little comments on the internet. I wouldn't make.
Well, I mean, like, are you in hiding, or are you like telling people you're not a sellout? Which one is it? Like, if you're so scared for your life, why are you commenting on the internet?
The email from the guy, okay? The email from the guy, 100%. I believe the guy wrote that email. I don't doubt it one bit. Now, the content of the email, because that guy who's from Fort Bragg, just like the other guy, just like McVeigh. Just like all these other people that come, just like the Ghost in the Machine commercial, the PSYOP division, was it 8th Battalion or 4th or whatever?
What was that weird one where the ghost is walking? That
where they tell you they did Clown World. They want you, and they're telling you, not telling you, like how pedos like to do, where like they can't resist you knowing for some reason. They want to taunt you with it. That's what they're doing because they're trying to attract fuckbag personalities that think that's cool to do that. Right? The kind of kids that do swatting. That's the perfect personality to be one of these fucking... We need a lot more like secret gays and programmable aspy twats that don't have enough human fucking connection to understand what wrong and right is.
Funny, dude.
It's true. Am I not telling the truth? So those guys are from that. The one guy who was Tim Kennedy, he's a fuck. He was on that show with Tim Kennedy. You know that guy?
Yeah.
The black, the guest on Sean Ryan's.
No, Tim Kennedy is the former MMA fighter who was like...
He's a Monarch dude. Delta Force, okay? In Monarch, Delta programming is the killer programming. So they're just using the name of it and possibly doing worse, okay? So these guys that go on to work for like aerospace and CIA and Black Op, what is a Black Op? A Black Op is a fucking horrible crime. That's why you don't get to know about it. Because they're not allowed to do it. Everybody just thinks that's normal and cool. Oh, yeah, we got to have a CIA because there's bad people out there. Yo, if you're in the CIA and you think you're a hero because you kind of did something about the problems that were caused by you, the CIA.
Yeah, well, that's my whole problem with the Sean Ryan thing.
For your service, you cunt. That's my message. You're not a help. You existing is a problem. And you're the cause of a lot of the fucking shit. Fuck you. Okay? They caused the problem that I'm supposed to fucking salute because you tried and failed to do something about it. You're all cunts. That's my message to the Intel community, who should be called a coven, the Intel coven. I fucking hope God burns them with fire.
The problem with the Sean Ryan stuff is like they're presenting stuff like the CIA didn't do it. You know,
course,
like,
but it's still valuable.
ISIS is here. Well, you're telling us the CIA's brought people over that they funded and armed.
Hey, here's a question, bitch. While you're talking about ISIS and Al Qaeda like they're fucking Pokemon, why the fuck am I still taking my shoes off at the fucking airport if your dumbass was letting them in here the whole time, bitch?
Dude,
why the fuck do I gotta take off my shoes? When you let ISIS in the whole time, why were you spying on us all day, cunt? You didn't stop that and you're spying on everyone all day? Eric Snowden has to hide in Russia, the bad people place, because you fucks, and you couldn't even prevent this, and now you're gleefully telling me where they might strike next? You could see through them easily.
You're so right, dude.
Well, you would think that, but there's so many people in our community I've seen on Twitter that that are just into him. I mean,
I hope CIA people watch and see that cunt sees I call her a fat cunt. Yo, I hate them. That's why I like Jesus and shit. The only way out of this nightmare, people, you have to forgive these people. You know that? Because it's a chain of victim perpetrator slavery. That's the pyramids. That's what they represent. And the only way out,
I forgive that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm praying, I guess. See, I'm not religious, and I'm saying I believe or don't, but I know that they don't like that. I know they don't like specifically Jesus. I don't know what the true story is with Jesus, but I know that these profoundly evil people,
Kurt. I like this.
Okay, these very evil people. And sometimes aliens respond to Jesus coming up. I don't get it. You're just saying Josh. The name is Josh, by the way. Yeshua. Hold
on. You're saying my Lord and Savior's name is Josh?
Josh Christ?
Yeah,
That's
Josh.
his name.
Josh from
Christ.
IT. Josh from IT.
That's how we know he's white. You can make it look.
In the name of Josh, I could condemn
It
you.
doesn't even sound right. Doesn't even sound right. Say it again, Sam.
Okay, why does that work? But why does it work? So it's more than that. The names are just the names, but they're afraid of it. And that's why they always try to down it, okay? That's like Nietzsche bullshit of the slave. No, the slavery is where you're being blackmailed for evil you did, and now you have to be. That's slavery, and everyone's in it. And if you're not in it, they're going to break your back with money. You're going to be a slave no matter what, okay? And then they're going to tell you, oh, reality itself is bad. Like Gnostic. I hate Gnostic shit. Fucking dirty fucking gooners. The matter is evil. No, dude, it's not. Okay? And we're not in a matrix hologram. It's hypnosis. We're in base reality, but what I can do through a series of blue light and razzle dazzle Broadway gay shit is put your mind in another dimension, and you could be right here in reality, but not. And you've seen it. You see it all around you. So what people don't get is how mundane it is. It's not like a Marvel movie. It's, let's say the three of you, was a great hypnotist, and I could make you think that you live 20 years in the past behind me, right? And then I leave you like that. Did I travel to the future? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, we might all be living in another time. The years are nonsense. It's the year 6000 or something in China. But you get programmed to think like these things are real that aren't fucking real, dude. But reality is real. There's reality, okay? We're in three-dimensional reality. I don't think it's I think that's a cop-out that people do. We're like, it's just a simulation. No, what do you mean just? It's a simulation. It's not just the simulation. It's the whole thing. And you could, and so they're trying, that's what the metaverse is for. They're trying to, like, your subconscious, that's the internet. That's like the meat internet, okay? When you're asleep and dreaming and all that astral, they duplicate it with the Akashic record, right? With computers and the internet. All the information at my fingertips, but it's one that they control. I think it backfired on them a lot.
I think the internet. I think we give too much power. I think when there was no internet, they got away with whatever the fuck they want, and now there's a permanent record. And even though they try to erase it as much as they can, people are saving these records, and we know their playbook now.
They're cranking the machine, dude. By the way, like HAARP. I don't know what it does with the weather, but if you watch that creepy guy who says he's the Templar Grandmaster, he said something interesting. Timothy Hogan, this weird fucking guy. I don't know what happened to him as a kid, but it wasn't good. But he goes, he's got his rings on every other finger because this is like some kind of fucking hypnosis thing to do. That's why these guys do that. He said that Christ walking on water, that's a symbolic thing about controlling your emotions. Okay? Very interesting. And then I started thinking about, it was all stormy weather and he walked on. So HAARP, it's in Mind War, the Michael Aquino document with the other guy. You bounce shit off the ionosphere and you can affect people's mood. It's emotional weather, I bet, first and foremost. So Rwanda is like the Purge or like Kingsman. Okay? So what do? First, they get these people who look exactly alike to hate each other. You can see the experiment. Okay? They stoke it up. Belgium did a great job early on, but then they come in and stoke it up more with just how it is now, with like Harry Sissons and Sean Hannity's. They got all of them over there. Clinton tells the guy, the Tutsi guy, go ahead and kill that president. They do. That's the triggers it. Then the trigger word, cut the tall trees, comes over the radio, right? Then they fly C-130s with HAARP technology back and forth. This is real. They flew C-130s back and forth over Rwanda. So people have power drills like a movie. They turn like a Resident Evil 4 or 5 zombies suddenly.
So they've worked this out. Dude.
Does it remind you of any place like here? Does it remind you of anywhere? Stoking up nonsense hatred?
Obama phones. That's what Obama phones were about. Just gathering data on how to trigger you.
We got 5G to do that now. And so they can fucking... so that's the goal.
We are hackable animals.
Well, but the thing is...
Programmable.
Part of their I believe this. This is part of their weird religion. They believe in karma. And not for any moral reason. It's because of... think of like the ultimate corporation. They're planning to who gets all the energy by the end of the heat death of the universe. They've calculated how much energy there is and who's going to get it. Okay? Think how miserable of a fucking thing. And then, so they've they've planned ahead like to that degree, and all this is what that fucking game is about. That's what the vampiric part of it is. Okay, so you're gonna be what's the word? Oh fuck, I'm blanking out. But anyway, they want to do that here. They want to flick the switch. But okay, so there's karma to that, to all the energy, and they know. So let's say you're acting right, Sam. You're not doing any kind of wrong because you have to let them in, like a vampire. You have to let them in some way, and people let them in. However, I'm hiding something. I'm lying about something. I have a terrible, right? So once you let them in, now they're allowed to fuck you up. If you didn't let them in, so that's the whole point of the Jesus story. Again, I don't know how true literally it is, but the point of the story is that guy didn't do nothing. So that ceremony expended a lot of they spent energy and they got none back. Okay? The only thing they get out of it was a gamble, was they can trick you into thinking you don't deserve to live or be forgiven. And again, I'm not saying I'm Christian or anything like that. My suspicion is Jesus was another one of these kind of sex slaves of the ages as a kid. You know, he came from a good family. Mary was a good family. And an Essene cult or something. This isn't historically, plays out a lot. 3 Persians always show up everywhere. The 3 magi show up in the story.
Yeah.
I was told those were Zoroastrian priests.
Yeah, magic. That's where we get it from. A lot of this figures with Persians. Fucking gross. So anyway, you get born and initiated, however, and what I think because monarch, they call monarch slaves chosen ones. That's why I think that. Not to blaspheme Jesus.
They're Jews?
Huh? Chosen ones. Chosen ones.
Okay.
No. Matrix, Neo, Jesus, chosen. Okay, but they're programmed slaves to be used. And so what if, I'm just putting that as a possibility, Jesus was supposed to be another one of those, okay? But much the way you make a deal with the devil and it backfires on you, they made this deal and it backfired on them because he didn't do anything wrong, and they spent that karma killing him in a horrible way, and they all believe they have to pay for it. When Satanists talk about taking responsibility for you, that means it's up to you to clean up your own mess and hide it until, you know, and then that's what you're going to do good deeds on the other side to balance. They believe in this like money. So I think it backfired. And so to me, it does not matter if the story is real or not. It does not matter. What matters is they're afraid of it. Think of like a coupon, like a bait and switch coupon from a store. Like my mom was good at this, forcing the store to honor their coupon because she read the fine print. So I look at it like this. If anything happens, I want my free phone call to Jesus, motherfucker. I ain't talking to nobody. Get Jesus over here.
Jesus, your lawyer.
Jesus is my lawyer. Satan is the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Jesus is the public defender.
He's got great billboards. Oh,
that's why they don't like it, because it's free. And so I look at it like that 100%. So I'm just giving you, if you don't want to believe the Bible, you don't have to, but you believe this. These fuckers are afraid of something to do with that. So if you want, I don't really care what your mythos is behind why there's a power. I just know there's a power to it. And I know the only way out is people have to be prepared to forgive some pretty horrific shit so that everybody can just start saying the truth. And so that like, if you have a religion that does that, then that's fine with me. Just tell the truth. Whatever helps you get there, man. Because I don't want to forgive any of these fuckers. I hate them. So that's why I would go, okay, please help me, Jesus. Because the homeless guy just stalked my girl on the street. I want to shoot him in the fucking face. I don't have no forgiveness for that. Okay? How will I ever get forgiveness? I need something supernatural. I do. Again, I'm not advocating the Bible's real, anything. I'm just telling you what I've picked up from this shit. If you got another road, go for it. Get it?
Gotta start somewhere, dude. Gotta start somewhere. And I agree with that, dude. There's something. I have this thing that Jesus was somebody sent down to give us a cheat code on how to survive in this satanic pedophile fucking energy vampire reality that for some reason we either chose to come here or sent here to learn something.
No, listen, the thing where they put it on you, like, see, I always looked at it the wrong way, which was like, why am I on the hook for, so you tell me some bitch ate an apple and that's my fault? Okay. And it's not, no, I didn't, this is something written in a dead language and it's being filtered through all these people's opinions and shit. But the bottom line is everyone's a slave. That's a fact. It's not, you're not a slave because you're bad. That's like that Hindu shit. Oh, your past life, you were bad. That's why I love that shit so much. I think reincarnation in that is just keeping you spinning in the same conspiracies forever, like UFOs or JFK. That's the wheel of samsara. Mentally, it's all mind control shit, like I said. But the universe is mind, so that's everything. It's like what do you call it? Fuck, I'm trying to think of what I compare it to. Oh, okay. Here's one. You hear about the lizards that are feeding on your loosh, right? Right? They need your negative emotions. Doesn't that sound like internet trolls?
Yeah.
So they're internet trolls.
We were just talking about that. Yeah.
So, but you can see the metaphors reflecting, right? Like, what are you getting? They're feeding on this stupidity somehow. Why? Okay. So it's like a metaphor, but also probably real too. It's as above, so below. Is all the same thing. And that's what I'm talking about, patterns. Instead of worrying about the lore, which I see religious people do and UFO people do, everybody, they worry about like stupid labels and shit. Look at the themes. That Diana Pasolka chick talks about it, and she calls them myth themes. They're like the Legos all the stories are built out of. There's only so many stories, really. They're not infinite. They're made out of the same stuff. So, Garden of Eden, you could apply that to anything. Like, I like the Mothership. It's a great club. Garden of Eden. The serpent's the most subtle animal of all. So some fucker's going to come in and try to fuck it up. You know what I mean? You take any story and the themes pop up again and again. So once you learn to pick them out, you could pick out like the plan, I think. I'm not saying I have picked it out, but that's the shit I've kind of put together so far.
Well, I love it, dude. And I think this is like, you knocked it out of the park, and it's,
Yeah,
I
thanks
don't
for
know,
having me,
buddy.
man.
I know you and I have done a bunch of shows a bunch of times, but like, I love whatever's going on with you right now. You have you're great. I don't know if you've always been a conspiracy guy. I feel like when the show started,
Dude, conspiracies are things. These are things that happened already.
Yes.
The conspiracies before the crime happens in the courtroom sense. The shit's dude. We're at the end of Watchmen where he's like, "I did my evil plan a half hour ago while you were talking." That's where we are. Okay. They have everybody's mental thing on another wavelength somehow. It's amazing.
well,
The
Kurt,
shit happened.
I think you're so important. I think you're great. I would love to do some shows with you, man. Like,
Man. I
let's
gotta
figure out some-
shit. I gotta go. Wait.
Okay.
All history. I can't recommend that show.
okay, so
I want you to
let's get
watch
into it. Let's talk sometime about doing a live show or something, dude. Let's figure it out.
I got an idea for a thing, and I wanted Duncan to do it too. Yeah, I have an idea.
Yeah, I
for
would
it.
love to do
We'll
a
talk
show
about
with you and Duncan. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love that, dude. All right, dude.
wanna
Thanks,
call it
Kurt.
As the
Guys, go to
Carpet-
samtripoli.com. But real quick, we're gonna break down the week that was. That's the new thing after the show. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks
Later,
for
guys.
coming on.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, man, great episode. Thank you, Kurt. I mean, I really love his growth. He I don't know if he was always into conspiracies, but he's definitely dude, he's deep. I'm even like, whoa,
sharp, dude.
You might be deeper than I am.
He's
And
so
that's
sharp.
great. It's good to have someone like him who's like just an encyclopedia. An Adderall encyclopedia of everything. So what we want to start doing, guys, is like, this is us kind of revamping the show a little bit. Obviously, you saw we get right into it now. That's going to be the show. I'm sure there's going to be some people upset that we don't do the quick, but I'm just get into it, dude. And then obviously 10 minutes in, we'll do the check on my dates, because that's important to me. So as we speak right now, LA is burning. And
Bad, burning bad.
And I am very hesitant to jump into conspiracy until it seems pretty obvious to me. And I don't know, Johnny and XG, your thoughts on this, but we last year we had insane rain. We had so much rain. California was never greener than it was over the last spring and summer. It wasn't your typical summer that we'd been experiencing lately, where it was like this insane hot that just was like, what's going on? There were moments of that. We hit like 120 and stuff like that. But we did have insane rain where I'm like, I've never seen rain like this before in LA. And for them to turn on those fire hydrants and no water come out, that to me is super suspicious. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, I mean, are fires are usually in the summertime? So this whole January,
it's not fire season. Yeah,
it's so them not being ready for it, I could see an excuse. But like, when are you not ready for fires? When do you expect them to show up?
they're blaming La Nina is what it is. You know, the effect of that is the reason.
Always the Mexicans' fault. It's
Yeah,
always the fucking Mexicans.
You know, and I'm watching some of my friends right now yelling at people like, I'm not going to say his name because I love him with all my heart, but he's like yelling at people who are saying like Newsom should step down after this. Newsom is going, and a lot of people are, and he's like, it's not the politicians, it's the rich people that don't want to pay taxes and all that shit. And I'm like, it's California. We pay tons of taxes.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand what you're talking about. It's like, I get that you might be a D, but it's like at some point you got to go, this is like a direct result of policies. And, you know, okay, you want to blame the rich people? Blame the rich people for voting with their heart and not with their heads. Okay?
Yeah, I know. They're voting with their... yeah, I don't... I don't know. I think so many of those people are compromised. But hey, Sam, I just want to point out now, it was very wet at the beginning of last year. Like February, we had like the wettest day in like 20 years, I think it was. But it says here from May 6th to the end of the year, December 31st, we only had 0.16 inches of rain, making it the second driest 7-month stretch in recorded history for that area.
I guess I was wrong. Hey, Johnny, I'm going to email you, text you something. A video. I wanted to see if you could play it.
Text you.
The problem when California gets green, it eventually dries up and turns into fucking fire. That's the thing, is when eventually people are like, oh, it's gonna rain in California, it's gonna be good. At the end of the day, unless it keeps raining, that green turns into potential fucking forest fire.
Johnny, I'm emailing it to you now.
Emailing. Okay.
Okay, just emailed it to you. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. We had Jim Lee come on, talk about high pressure, low pressure. I'm dying to know if any of that was going on. Weird energy before. The winds come out of nowhere. It was kind of cold in LA when these fires broke out. Now, I'm just saying, back to my friend commenting, you should never defend politicians. I'm sorry. We should always hold these guys and gals feet to the fire. Never defend a politician. They are there because they are pushing initiatives, globalist, okay? And that's not a right or left thing, because they're all in on it. They're all in on it. If you got these guys who are on the rest now, the right, who are all giant Democrats who now came back as Republicans, Elon Musk, Vivek, who wants to bring in Indians at 70 cents on the dollar. They literally want to pay Indians what feminists believe they get paid. That's really it. Here we go. Let's watch this.
What in the world was that? Watching Fox News coverage of the Eaton fire.
What is that?
There is this light that goes from the fire, as you can see here, and it zips across the screen.
Right there.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it looks like a missile.
I don't know what we all just witnessed. I wasn't the only one that saw.
And there's multiple videos of this. This isn't the only lady, so this isn't just hers. I've seen multiple people go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So here's the thing. Let's say it is like they're in on it. What are they going for? East Los? They want to burn down East Los and rebuild it? Like, my thing is, like, at the end of the day, what do you think is the end purpose?
15-minute cities.
Well, most of it's in West LA, right? I mean, in the Palisades and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're burning like some of the most expensive real estate in the country.
United States, yeah. I mean, my girl's high school, she went to Pali High, it's gone. It's just gone. And you've heard people
so
complain about what they're protecting and what they're not protecting. You know, they're protecting. It's curious because they have limited resources. I understand, but there've been a lot of complaints about what they've chosen to protect there. And while they let the high school burn down, it's like, what are we?
Well, what's really weird is here we are again in this discussion of why are their buildings just annihilated with fully fine trees right next to it, palm trees, nothing.
That just doesn't hold weight for me. They're full of water, dude. That's where the water is in the plant.
But you just said we had the driest fucking
Yeah, but
season
that's
ever.
plants, if they don't get any water, they're dead. I mean, their thing is to conserve water. They keep it
Yeah,
inside.
but Johnny,
You see it in every fire, though, Sam. Going back hundreds of years, there are old pictures of fires.
You're telling me
trees
flammable shit doesn't get in fire, but a building is annihilated.
Well,
Everything
think
around
about
is
your Christmas
annihilated,
tree.
and these
Think about your
trees are
Christ-
fine.
Think
I'll
about your
never
Christmas
buy
tree.
that.
Have you ever been to a Christmas tree bonfire? Now you can take if you take
I just got invited to one. I didn't go.
if you take a fresh Christmas tree and try to catch it on fire, it takes a while. It's hard. If you take one that's dead, falling down, which is what a lot of this starts in the underbrush when stuff is falling down. It's like that. It's like a bomb going off, dude. It's just. I mean, it's just. There's water in there. That doesn't. I think there's way better evidence of chicanery than that. To me, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just find it absolutely fucking weird.
Well, yeah. I mean,
did
it's
you hear?
counterintuitive, but so much of reality is. So.
Did you hear the winds last night, Sam? They were really crazy. I'll tell you that much. I've never heard winds like that, at least not in LA.
It's definitely weird, dude. It's definitely weird, and it's uncomfortable, and it's like they're just grabbing these really expensive lands where they would have to pay out billions, if not trillions of dollars, and now they're going to get them pennies. I mean, just crazy.
Let's see what goes up there, though, because a lot of those people have insurance. I
mean, Mayor Bass,
That's
whatever
what's
her
going to
name
go
is.
up. That's what's going to go up, Johnny, is insurance prices after this. They already don't want to insure fucking California houses with the fires. This is definitely going to affect insurance prices.
What about Mayor Bass is out of town conveniently? Isn't that what happened in Lahaina? The governor and all these important political figures were all out of town conveniently when the fires happened. Now you got Mayor Bass. She's in Ghana right now.
She's in Ghana, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. Back to the episode. How long do you think Kurt's religious? It looks like he was dabbling and he kind of wanted.
Kurt, when I last saw Kurt on a couple Skankfests ago, Kurt was very, I would say, anti-organized religion, and he was kind of going off on it. And like, it's been fun to watch him kind of do these deep dives. And it seems like he's starting to, because that's where you get to. You go, okay, if Jesus isn't real, and we got all these people on the internet telling us Jesus isn't real, didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. But why is everyone saying this word seems to stop this dark stuff?
Yeah, you see it over and over again. And not just, yeah, and I mean, you see it like with the people who had the night terror, the sleep paralysis, rather. Who actually see stuff. I've had sleep paralysis, but I never see never anything supernatural. But the people who do all say, we've had them on the show. They say that when they call on Jesus, something happens. It's meaningful to them. To me, that's.
Yeah, I'm just not going to go down the line of Jesus wasn't real. I'm just not going to go down that line.
It's bad history. It's bad history at this point. If you're spouting that, it's bad history. You don't know what you're talking about.
And to me, it just fits into the whole thing of this kind of anti-Christian movement that is coming from all different sides. And when you have things like Hinduism, like I'm not a guy that is like, I'm also not like Christian. It's only Christianity. It's like when you see aspects of Hinduism and all the Abrahamic religions, and when Zoroastrianism was around for a long time, I go, what are these common themes? Hinduism, Vedic astrology, all talk about fallen angels. So it just, to me, I think Jesus was sent down by the Creator to show us how to live and survive in this thing. And it makes me happier. It makes me want to be a better person. It makes me want to work harder and get rid of all my vices. And I struggle with those, but I'm working my ass off. I'm not perfect. I'm a very flawed man. You should never, ever look to me for anything other than entertainment. And, like-mindedness, talk about the things that you want to hear. And that's kind of where I feel right now. And so I hope you guys enjoy the new format. Guys, you got anything you want to push?
Just hit that like button, subscribe, and we got to read the reviews on Apple next time. We got a couple good ones on there. We got to let these people know that they leave a comment. We might be able to read it.
Come check me out on Twitter at Johnny Woodard. We've been continuing to litigate the final experiment. A lot of talk about that. It's fascinating. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
Dude, Eddie Bravo almost went at you when you said that Q comment on the last episode.
I didn't think he really cared about it.
Unbelievable. XG, you are unbelievable.
No, not that it was crazy, but
fire starter. You are a retarded fire starter. That's what you are.
I mean, he's not
You're
going to
like, man, what's the dumbest thing I could say right now? Let me say it out loud to everybody.
No, it's just if you watch it, he didn't expect whatever. Just
I have
watch
a rule on tinfoil hat, and I don't care who hates it and who wants. We have an Eddie Bravo rule. Let him cook. That's our rule. Let him cook. Let him cook, and may the comment section have mercy on our souls. Let him cook.
Have mercy on Eddie, by the way, next time, please, comment section. It was...
Oh.
a little bit on everybody.
Yeah,
again,
it's funny. It's like half of the... You really couldn't have set our listeners against each other in any better way, XG, than what you did by lobbing that grenade.
Great job, Captain Retard. Great job. Go to samtripoli.com. Get the dates, get the T-shirts, the Comedy Chaos, the dates. Batavia, go up. Spokane tickets are moving, dude. Overnight, things started moving. Thank you, guys. So there's not a lot of tickets left. So grab your tickets right now. That is Thursday night, could be tonight when this dropped. I hope it drops sooner than later. Batavia at the end of the month, going back to Comedy Vault, Columbus, Ohio, Pottstown, PA, Morristown, New Jersey, excuse me, and Phoenix. More dates are coming up, just like Kurt Metzger. And yeah, dude, go down. Guys, dude, go to
yeah, I'm going to it.
Okay, we got the Chaos Twins. I got sent some of the first drawings. It looks great. We're on our way. Go to chaostwins.com and grab your second issue of that. Listen, go up. The premium content is on fire, everybody. I'm going to put out some dangerous tonight, putting out 2 or 3 episodes a week. It's a great way. Go to Rockfin. But the best way to support me, Sweet Sammy T, is on samtripoli.com. You get so many episodes there. Cash Daddies, go. Wait till you see where we're at on Cash Daddies Patreon. Patreon.com/Cash Daddies. We're over 1,000. People are making money. How we do Idiot Savant, heavy on the idiot, is just knocking it out of the park. It's only $20 a month. Most of the people that do this is $200 a month. So he's helping you. We're doing it. Go back a little bit. T-shirts are on. New T-shirts are coming. I'm thinking about getting a new secret T-shirt. I have an idea. T-shirts, gold. Great way to support the show. Go back. Gold and silver. Rife Technologies, Aquacura, hydrogen, brown gas, gold. If you need candles, go to Harley Ray. Candles and crystals. Dude, I'm going to be coming out with my own supplements lines. I'll probably be the most out of shape guy with his own supplement line, but I'm going to do it. Then our boy Joe Staley, EMF Rocks, Prometheus, if you want decentralized website, and then Brain Supreme. I could tell that Xavier hasn't been doing his Brain Supreme because he's been asking real retarded questions. Anything else, guys?
No, hit that like button, guys.
Enjoy anything, Johnny?
No, I said that's it for me. Yeah, okay.
Enjoy these highlights.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
Nick Fuentes, if you don't know, is let's say a right-wing commentator who is provocative. He likes to talk about race. He likes to talk about Nazis.
Oh, dude, this is nuts.
And he claims that, and I have no reason to doubt him unless you think that he is a psyop, his whole existence is a psyop, and we have footage of it, that a guy showed up to his door with the intention of killing him.
Well, here you got to also do. This guy had already killed 2 people.
Yeah, he had already. I was it before or after? I can't. Either before or after he had murdered people in a home invasion kind of situation.
Yeah, he had murdered
got
people.
Ring camera footage from his door here of this guy walking up to his door, calling out his name.
Hey, Nick.
Here it is, right here.
Okay. Yep, that's it.
This is it right here. Okay, See, the guy's
He's
got,
got
a crossbow, and then a pistol. Calm as can be. I'm getting some digital artifacts there. He's a shapeshifter. You can see he's just, if you're listening, he's ringing the doorbell.
Bro, I this is my bit right now. It's been crushing on stage. Generation Z, for a bunch of pussies, they ain't afraid to assassinate a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Now,
It's not a good thing, though. You say that like it could be, that's a bad.
no, I don't think it's a good thing.
No.
I don't. Now, I have my opinions on the CEO, and people get weird when I talk about it. You know? I mean, I'm
United Healthcare
sorry, dude.
Group.
Yeah. And that's a weird thing. Johnny, I sent you that video. Did you see that video where they were communicating with people in Luigi's jail? Now listen, full disclosure, I've shown up to somebody's house, but he did something to my kids. And I'll do it again, and I will do it again.
I have it right here. Hold on just a second. Let me pull it up. Yeah, we know you ain't no bitch, Sam.
No, but this is totally different. This is somebody showing up. Watch this, dude. This is nuts.
I can't tell if you can hear this.
If you're listening at home, this is a news broadcast outside the jail where Luigi Mangione is being held.
So what is happening?
Go ahead. You want to explain?
The people in the prison are watching this live.
That's funny.
So this is live, and they're watching it live. Now watch how badly they fumble this situation. Go on.
Okay.
Sound of inmates inside of the Pennsylvania State Correctional Facility where Luigi Mangione was being held Wednesday, December 11th. A reporter with News Nation who was covering the story was able to have an unorthodox...
By the way, I think he's the first person ever who he's a shapeshifter, but only his unibrow is a shapeshifter. Only his unibrow changes.
There's a lot going on with this, Johnny, that doesn't make any sense, and everybody's talking about it like they're okay. Go on, we'll have a conversation.
After realizing that people inside were watching their channel, leading to him being able to get information from the inside.
All right, so earlier today I was reporting outside these prison walls when all of a sudden I heard my name, and I couldn't tell if they were, catcalling me or heckling me or even saying my name whatsoever. And so I started reporting on Luigi Mangione's prison conditions as I was finding them out. And as soon as the live shot was over, that's when I turned around and they said, the conditions suck. And so that was my confirmation. Oh my gosh, they're watching News Nation at that very moment. I pulled out my camera, I recorded, and here's more of that interaction. Take a look from earlier today.
News Nation anchor Ashley Banfield was also able to get a few answers out of the inmates live on air, asking the questions, and after a bit of a delay, viewers could hear the yells from within the prison.
Hey, Alex, can I ask you a favor? Can I just ask the guys if they can hear me right now to answer yes or no very loud? Does Luigi have television in his single cell?
Stop. Like, she asked, do they have television? Maybe that's not a bad question. But after this, and we're not going to watch this forever unless you want to, they start asking, well, hey, what's on the menu for dinner? What is he eating for dinner? And you're like, why aren't you going?
That's what you want to ask. You can ask these people from the inside of.
I would have been like, do the prisoners like him, or is he in trouble?
Can I just say something now? As someone who worked in journalism for years, the people who worked in TV are the dumbest people who get into journalism. They're just faces. Most of them don't have degrees in journalism, which you could argue is a good thing. Most of them are idiots, though. They're just the dumbest people. We used to make fun of them all the time. The local news station near us, when we would have to go head to head on them covering stories. Okay, so we'll just play a little bit more.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app, or check us out at youtube.com/SamTripoli.
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink,
from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hat.